additions to the roster, they better come in the next 24 hours. They're not coming on Friday. You're getting plan B by Friday. So they've made these moves. They've cast off talent, albeit high price, for the salary cap savings. Now it's time to spend those savings. How do they spend it? Those defined holes that we really started addressing post-combine, pre-free agency. Remember, we kind of did that last Monday to Tuesday. We made that transition. Focused, right? How much draft have we talked in the last, 48 hours? How much draft will we talk in the next 48? Not much. Only as it applies to any and all personnel moves that our team is prepared to make downtown. So I'm intrigued. I'm excited. My FOMO will go away here in the next 36 hours for sure as we start to get news of the first real moves made on the addition standpoint. Jags did re-sign Cole Van Lanen to a one-year deal as restricted free agent. It was a serviceable piece on an offensive line that overall was subpar, so it's hard sometimes to really separate the pieces from the whole, right? Certainly there are players on that offensive line who played above like C+ level. Overall, as a group, on their best days, they seemed C+. Never a well-rounded, dominant in both sides of the game, running and passing. Just we've been missing it forever, man. It's and it's easy to forget. Can't see the forest for the trees, as they say. There are lots of, I don't know, signs that you can look back to. The further away we get, by a million miles, the most dominant stretch we've ever had in the history of the franchise was from the middle of the 96 season through the end of the 99 season. 4 straight years in a row, they were a steamroller, won the division a couple of 3 times, had the best record in the AFC at one point. And, buddy, we had the flash, too. We had the beginning, the onset of Fred Taylor. We had Jimmy Smith just coming into his prime. We had Keenan McCardell in his prime. Mark Brunell, an emerging quarterback. So many important playmaking positions were, way above average. But at the end of the day, what else we had? The only time in the history of the franchise, 4 straight years in a row, one of the 4 or 5 best offensive lines in football. With a Hall of Famer at one tackle and a perennial Pro Bowler, our guy Big Surse at the other. Good football players. Guards that were born to be guards. Zach Wiegerts. Centers who were either veteran at the beginning or always seemed to have an upside. Younger players, whether it was, Wydell out the gates, whether it was Michael Cheever before injury, whether it was Jonathan Wade or Brad Meester. I mean, we haven't had an eye-opening offensive lineman in forever. Any position. Who's the closest? What's the closest we've had to an all-star performer on the offensive line in the last, wait for it, 25 years? 25, a quarter of a century. Many of you driving in right now aren't even that old. Many more of you have kids older that aren't that old. 25 years. Tell me one. Who was it? I know the answer, and this guy fluttered and flickered, but never really anchored in as an all-star, whether it's Pro Bowl, All-Pro, whatever measurement you want to use. Brandon Linder, right? Brandon Linder was an awesome third-round pick. Really, really, really good football player. Good center for a lot of years. Always flirted with being Pro Bowl. Never was. So I don't, this is an awful big spinoff. We went deep off the shallow news of Cole Van Lanen re-signing. But again, it is a piece, a swing tackle. It makes it, not near the need that it was. I mean, at one point there, gang, we got 2 tackles. And I guess we had the big kid that we drafted out of Missouri, Javon Foster. And now with Van Lanen, at least you got somewhat of a rotation there. But again, those are small potatoes compared to what the Jaguars will be faced with and what they will be doing here in the next 24, 48 hours. You know, I've been looking forward to this week for a while, E.T.
Yeah.
I started thinking about this week 2-3 weeks ago in reference. Hey, man, I'm just telling y'all, TPC week's going to get here, and, buddy, we're going to have a week. We're going to have the best in golf coming to our first coast to play, test their skills against just a terrific track. We're going to have free agency news, just bing, 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 pinging left and right. And we're going to have conference basketball tournaments here, setting the stage for March Madness and the Selection Sunday that comes our way at the end of the week. So as to those other two big topics, man, not how you want to come into the players. Not what you want to do when you're still a young golfer with a high ceiling. And while right now golf seems to be Scotty Scheffler's world and everybody else is just trying to grab their piece of it and show with some consistency that they're capable. And even though Scheffler hasn't won this year and wasn't particularly good at Bay Hill this week, don't kid yourself. By the time we get to mid-June, spoiler alert, the talk of the golf season will be Scotty Scheffler and a dominant run that he's on. It's coming. When does it start? Does it start this week with the unfathomable? With winning the Players for the third straight year? But I digress. No, the player that I'm referencing, a two-time major champion. But, buddy, it's starting to get a reputation here. And this young gun, this two-time major champ, was on cruise control yesterday at Bay Hill on the back nine with a 3-shot lead, playing with the guy who would have to run him down. You can't lose that golf tournament, man. You can't. If you're Colin Morikawa, you can't let Russell Henley chase you down. Until you do. And so we come into Players Week with some drama on PGA Tour yesterday. Russell Henley, how about them dogs? Another one of those Georgia golfers was just money down the stretch. Did every clutch thing that he needed to do. It all turned on 16 as a reachable par 5 there at Bay Hill, and with a good drive, they're all hitting irons into that green chute. They're driving it into the right fairway bunker and are, attacking the flag even from the fairway bunker. It's just a glorified par 4. So really, if you make a 5 on that hole, a par 5, you've given one back. If you now, granted, it could be a long par 4, but it'd be a heck of a 4. If you make a 3 on that hole, it'd be a well-earned birdie that would feel like an eagle. But on the scorecard, it is a 5. You make a 3, it is an eagle, and Russell Henley knows all about it. A terrific chip in from just right of the green, tracked and rolled and dunked in. And at the time, he is one shot back of Morikawa. Morikawa has a birdie putt, 10, 12 feet down the hill. Henley is chipping from a nasty lie right of the green. So if you're Morikawa and you're standing there on the slope getting ready to putt, you're thinking this guy's going to have a hard time just getting this up and down. I can make a birdie here, walk off this green with a 2-shot lead. Lo and behold, Henley chips, hops, rolls, tracks, dead center in. Place erupts. That's an eagle. Suddenly Morikawa is facing a 10, 15-footer here that he has to make just to stay in a tie for the lead. He missed it. Couldn't do limped in with pars on 17 or 18. Couldn't make an impactful golf shot. Drain a big putt. And Henley just ham and egged his way in. Hit fairways and greens. Got it up and down if he had to. And so Russell Henley comes to Jacksonville, has the hot hand. He wins yesterday at Bay Hill with a terrific final round surge. But to me, it's like if you keep waiting on somebody, man, somebody who's going to try go get 4 or 5 or 6 majors. And when we've had some guys, young, getting off to that start. It was Spieth years ago. That guy hadn't won forever. And Morikawa had 2 majors a couple, 3 years ago. But, not impressive coming down the stretch. On to the college basketball and the March Madness. The mini madness has begun. So let me reset the table for you when we come back on the other side as to the college basketball situation here on the Monday Morning Quarterback. We're booming at you live from inside the divorcemenonly.com studios. We got a football fix later in the hour, and I got plenty of headlines to get to there. But, gosh, big stories in the NFL yesterday. Why has my FOMO been ignited? Well, because of moves made, aggressive moves made yesterday by proven franchises, the Rams and the Steelers. We'll talk about those deals and more when we come back as well. You are listening to The Drill. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. Be careful. It's slippery out there this morning. You're on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Play-by-play just makes everyday life better.
I did not see this one coming.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at hodgesmazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Tired of seeing the signs of aging in the mirror? Fine lines, sun damage, redness? They don't have to be part of your future. I'm Dr. Mark Capel, a board-certified dermatologist, and I can help you look and feel your best without invasive surgery or painful treatments. Imagine rejuvenating your skin in a relaxing, comfortable environment with minimal to no downtime. Smooth out fine lines, even skin tone, and restore that youthful glow. Find out how to look and feel your best at Dermagnify.com. Dermagnify.com.
Slacker plumbing.
Yeah, hey, listen, I need a plumber over here right now.
Yeah, well, we don't have any openings for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep.
I was just changing the shower head and the water line broke and it's flying everywhere.
All right, 1 week.
What if I throw you an extra $100 to come now?
What's the address?
It's 205.
Oh, I guess he changed his mind.
If you've got a leak that can't wait a week, call Roland Reese Plumbing and fix your plumbing problems fast. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's exclusive 31-day spring event. Experience superior craftsmanship and timeless design with buy one, get one 40% off custom replacement windows and patio doors. Enjoy the ease of zero down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires March 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Buying a diamond, wedding band, or piece of fashion jewelry in Jacksonville? You have two choices. You can go to locally owned Beard's Diamonds, or you can go to one of those mega national chain jewelry stores. The national chains are pretty much all the same. In fact, did you know that some of them are owned by the same conglomerate? Yes, the same Wall Street company owns all the big names. So if you're looking for extreme value with genuine personal attention, come experience the Beard's Diamond difference. At Beard's, our diamonds come straight from the source. We hand select each one for maximum brilliance. We don't have to apply corporate markups and tack on salespeople commissions, so we beat the chains on price every single day. Beard's has the strongest warranties, not gotcha clauses in fine print. Beard's has all the top designers, including Tacori and Viraggio. Beard's doesn't have out-of-state regional managers calling about sales quotas. We are all local, family-owned, with total freedom to do what's right for our customers. Beard's Diamonds, all the selection, quality, value, and service you want from local people, accountable only to you. Beard's in the St. John's Town Center.
Jaguars today, 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Need the perfect spot to unwind with friends, family, or coworkers? Dart Bar on King Street. Darts, pool, air hockey, foosball, and more. Dart Bar has the games to keep the fun rolling. With 20 taps, 200-plus cans, and plenty of non-alcoholic options. Dart Bar has something for everyone. Plus, they host community events and leagues and can accommodate everything from company happy hours to milestone birthdays. Dart Bar is your go-to place for fun, drinks, and great times, no matter the occasion.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. You're going to want to beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Hey, and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Don't forget about your air ducts. Your air ducts sort of like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them Dan or 1010XL sent you. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. We'll talk to, we got Freddie T lined up this morning, ET. Yeah, good to go with Freddie T. We'll talk free agency, Jaguars football, needs that are out there, expectations of free agency. I have a feeling that my FOMO will be be addressed by a very unsexy position, but certainly one of need, and if one you evaluate correctly can be oh so important. Center seems like that spot that if you got the really right one, it makes a big deal. And if you don't have the really right one, you just kind of stumble along. Like, think about quarterbacks. A lot of these quarterbacks had the same center for years and years and years, right? Peyton Manning, Jeff Saturday, Ben Roethlisberger, Marquise Pouncey. I'm forgetting Brady's center's name, but it was the same dude there for who was Brady's center. Google.
The main O-line I know is Light. I don't know the center.
Light was a guard, yeah. Had just a bunch of good players. We're going to get back into the Jaguars' perhaps strategy heading into free agency and the second step of the offseason process, the draft and the college prospects, and how there could be some good alignments for the way the Jaguars need to stack their roster. And maybe that could lead to a surprise at number 5. I'll explain what I mean coming up here in just a second. First, though, the Gators just keep Gatoring, man. Another 20-point win, basically. I don't know what they went by, 19. I think ultimately 80-61. They blew out Ole Miss in the home finale. The second year in a row they only lost one home game. I think I saw they're 29-2 at home the last 2 years. That's another important stamp to put on your program as you try to build into a perennial power. I got to get through this season. Florida fan has to get through this season. College basketball has to see this season play out. But you know your basketball program has gotten to a new place of expectation when part of my mindset heading into this hopefully Final Four, into this March Madness for Florida is you better make a deep run. And did y'all check out Senior Day and what won't be on the floor next year? Will Richard, Walter Clayton Jr., Elijah Martin. Yeah, the jig is up there with this quote talented backcourt. I mean, this is it. And there's certainly a couple pieces you can place in, guys that have, been impressive in the recruiting classes. And boy, you can sure count on Todd Golden in a couple areas. The transfer portal. Will Richard was his first transfer edition. Those other two seniors, both transfer editions, got him positioned as the top seed in the tournament. Dude's got a great eye in the transfer portal. Also good at finding international talent because, oh, by the way, we're not done. Perfectly within the realm of possibility, considering how this postseason goes, that Alex Condon could join those guys trying to succeed at the next level. He's the highest-rated pro prospect. It's not close. You'll find Condon at the bottom of some NBA first-round mock drafts. So what does he do? And so I'm already thinking, yeah, you better make a nice deep run. This is going to be the best team that Florida has for a couple of years, at least. And their position, man, they're prime. They're ready to go. They got a 14-0 run in them at a drop of a hat. They got, we've talked about it. They got these 4 or 5 pieces in the backcourt, 4 or 5 starter-level pieces in the front court. Chris Beard, the Ole Miss coach, said it after the game. Definitely a number 1 seed. A really talented team. Come at you in waves, always fresh. The bigs can defend, they can run, they can get to the rim. And, he called Walter Clayton a first-round draft pick point guard. It's a really, really good basketball team that's had very few stumbles all season long. So now we'll head into the SEC tournament. I don't know just how important the matchups are going to be as far as how your seed is affected. But when you've got really Tennessee and Florida are kind of fighting for that last number one seed, and is Alabama back in the mix after upsetting Auburn this weekend? So maybe Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, maybe it is going to matter as to the 1 seed or the 2 seed, which one of those teams wins the tournament game, because you're going to be playing one of those, quote, quad one teams. I mean, every game in the SEC this year, pretty much at this stage, when you get to the tail end of the SEC tournament, is going to look that way. But here's how it sets up: Florida's the 2 seed, and the way it's going to advance after all of the standings. Here's kind of how the Florida, like the 3 seed in Florida's bracket, would be Alabama. Both Florida and Bama get double byes. So do Tennessee and Auburn, top 4 seeds. So matriculating through the Florida section there, it's LSU, Mississippi State. That winner will take on Missouri, and then that winner will take on Florida. And then Florida would face the winner of Kentucky, I guess. They get 1 bye. They wait for the Georgia-Oklahoma winner. So it's Oklahoma-Georgia in that first-round game. By the way, I'm totally fine with Oklahoma-Georgia being a loser-leave-town match. We've talked about, should the SEC get this many in or that many in? Putting some urgency on some of these bubble teams at the bottom of the SEC, quote, already in, and I'll get to bracketology here in a second. Georgia perhaps has earned their way in already. I mean, shoot, they beat Florida, they beat St. John's. Those are 2 top 5 wins. They've gotten hot down the stretch, so perhaps Georgia is in, win or lose. I'm on the same kind of boat with Arkansas. If you can't beat South Carolina, maybe you don't belong in either. Anyway, I'll let you know that, just reaffirm to you, big SEC, Big 10, Big 12. Buddy, they're half the tournament field, as suggested by Lunardi, who gets it right just about every year. So anyway, Florida's first game will be 7 o'clock on Friday night. They will face probably the Missouri-Mississippi State winner. Those 3 teams, LSU, Mississippi State, Missouri. Missouri beat Florida in Gainesville. Their only home loss this year. Florida beat both LSU and Mississippi State. Were both those road games? I think Mississippi State may have been a home game. But anywho, that's where it sets up. But if you get to Florida, Alabama in the SEC semifinals, maybe the winner of that game gets the 1 and the loser takes the 2. That could very well be in play with the NCAA tournament committee, just depending on how they're looking at it. But the big upset over the weekend was Auburn losing at number 1, but they have so established themselves. They got like 16 quad 1 wins, and the next closest, I think, is 11. Florida has ended the season with 9 quad 1 wins. But Joe Lunardi does have them back to the top line. As it stands right now, Florida would be the 1 seed in the West region. Ooh, this is scary. Florida be a 1 in the West, and the 8-9 matchup is Gonzaga, New Mexico. Now, you don't want no part of Gonzaga, and they're way under the radar here. They shouldn't be an 8 seed. They should be higher. And the New Mexico is one of those sneaky good teams you don't want to play if you're a 1 or a 2 seed. So, again, this is just his conjecture. He'll get a lot of the teams right, but the actual matchups, still TBA for sure. And by the way, if Florida won the SEC tournament and say beat Alabama, Auburn, and those 2, they won't be the 4th. They might be the top overall seed in the tournament. Let's be real. So it'd be interesting to see how these teams approach these conference tournaments. Here's what I would do if I were Coach E. I got a bunch of excited 20-year-old boundless energy kids. Yeah, let's play as many games as we can and win as many of them as we can. I see no value in just limping out of the SEC tournament and getting a break. Getting a break, man. You know what college kids do on campus who aren't playing for the basketball team?
What's that?
They go to class, they go back to their dorm, they eat something, they go to the courts, and they run hoops for 2 or 3 hours every day. Pretty sure these basketball players, I don't know, like playing the game. And so I would expect them to play hard and try and win every game that they play the rest of the year, and that would include the SEC tournament. All right, man. It was a day in the NFL. As off-season days go, it was a day. When you have, let's start with the established, and I appreciate Myles Garrett. I appreciate him for reminding us what I want to trade really means. We forget sometimes because we hear, I'll never play for this team again. I want to play for a contender. How many million? Yes, sir.
Here.
Yeah. Where's that? Where's that at? How many million? What now? Highest paid non-quarterback in the league. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I love it here in Cleveland.
He put out a long, elaborate statement, too.
After? Yeah.
No, like saying that he wanted to get traded.
Right, I know. Yeah, it was like, no, I just want everyone to know this isn't.
What a championship.
This isn't positioning. I got to get out of here. This place is, how much? So he got paid, and then Josh Allen got paid, and he got paid the most money ever, right? Isn't that what it is, or at least guaranteed money?
Huh?
Signs a new deal, takes less money, quote unquote. 4 years, $131 million to go on a 6-year extension he got in 2021. A deal wasn't in the front of everyone's mind, but this is a good one. Let's rip it up. Let's rip up the final 4 years. Let's get you signed and happy. And golly, let's go win a Super Bowl. Here's what I do right now. Let me just go off tangent. If I'm the AFC power structure here, if I'm the Ravens or the Bills, enough is enough, man. It's time to look in the mirror. These Chiefs that we're letting push us around aren't the big bad wolf that we've made them out to be. The NFC is either beating them or taking them down to the wire every single time. Now, in fairness, these AFC teams have taken them down to the wire, but they can't solve the Chiefs. The NFC doesn't seem to have a problem. Eagles didn't look the least bit concerned with the big bad Chiefs, did they? Why can't the Bills do that one year? Why don't the Ravens or the Bengals or any of us flavor of the years, why can't anyone do that to them? But I digress. The Bills will have the best possible tool to go try and win a championship. Josh Allen has certainly ascended to top 2 in the league, if not the number 1 player in the league, at least as individuals go. And now has the cash money to go along with it. So big deal there. We had a quarterback deal. So money goes out, highest non-paid quarterback, and then the highest quarterback. Cash galore as teams get set to head into now the money spending part of free agency with Josh Allen and Myles Garrett back with the Bills and the Browns, respectively. The Rams got aggressive. The Rams, re-signed Matthew Stafford, make sure he didn't get away. So let's go get him, boys. And aggressively, they get on the horn. They get Devontae Adams in the fold. 2-year deal. You got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. By far the best wide receiver left in free agency. Not even close. He wanted to play on the West Coast. This is probably not a position where the Jags got beat. And I don't know how active or the communication that went on there. I don't know if it's a mistake or common sense to kind of apply whatever the Rams seem to be doing to how, our organization would approach things. It's very Ram-centric. They weren't shy about the parallels between what they would do here compared to how the Rams did it there, which included the Super Bowl championship. So the Rams have deemed one guy not good enough and have let him go, Cooper Kupp, and they've went and signed what they view as an upgraded Devontae Adams. It would not it would not make me real happy and confident if somehow we end up with Cooper Kupp. Not saying that is going to happen or if that's the plan. What will the splash be? I gotta, you can connect some dots here on how we may approach free agency depending on what that free agency hit is. So let me put that together a little bit when we come back on the other side. And more headlines from the National Football League with a football fix. Here we are on the Monday Morning Quarterback. We're live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill from the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Players' Championship tees off this week at TPC Sawgrass. Scotty Scheffler, the favorite at plus 360. Rory McIlroy is 8-1. Xander Schauffele, Colin Morikawa both at 16-1.
Florida State, a 250-1 long shot to win the ACC tournament title. They open up with Syracuse tomorrow at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte. UCF meets Utah in the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City, Missouri. Knights 250-1. Florida A&M 18-1 to win the SWAC title. They open up with Prairie View A&M tomorrow. Florida Gators plus 270 to win the SEC tournament in Nashville. They open up at the quarterfinals on Friday. $250 bonus and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Plumbing problem? AC acting up? Septic tank trouble? Don't waste time calling 3 different companies. Just call Duck Rooter. We offer plumbing, septic, and air conditioning services, making it easy for you to work with one trusted company and one simple build. Every department has highly skilled experts trained for the job. For fast, reliable service from a company that does it all the right way, call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Jags fans, here's your chance to score a trip to Green Bay for round 1 of Draft Night. Through the Everbank Draft Night Experience Sweepstakes, one lucky winner and a guest will be there live and in person to see the Jaguars make their first pick. To enter, visit everbank.com/draft by April 4th. That's everbank.com/draft. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 3/3/25 to 4/4/25. For official rules, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/draft. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Struggling with ED? Now Riddle Wellness has a solution that works. You've heard of PRP treatments for joint pain relief. That same technology is now available with the P-Shot, a non-surgical treatment for ED. Using your body's natural power, the P-Shot helps restore function naturally. No pills, no downtime, just results. Schedule a free consultation at elevatejacksonville.com and learn what the P-Shot can do for you. Riddle Wellness, your health, your confidence totally restored. Visit elevatejacksonville.com.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Fred Taylor is now in 1010XL's backfield.
Fred Taylor with 2 touchdowns.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound & Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound & Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Transform your bathroom with stunning shower glass from Sky Glass Solutions in Jacksonville Beach. For a free quote, call 904-608-5151 or visit skyglasssolutions.com.
Your hole-in-one for men's health is Ackerman Urology. With offices in Mandarin, Middleburg, World Golf Village, and the beaches, Ackerman will get you on par for any prostate conditions and sexual vitality. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Gun charges, drug charges. I'm attorney Malcolm Anthony, and I specialize in handling these types of felony cases. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back here on The Drill. It's the Monday morning quarterback. Every morning coming at you from the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, protecting the rights of men and all family law issues. Your friends at DivorceMenOnly.com. I got a Shazam spotlight this morning thanks to a Guggen off the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. This is a good one. The Jacksonville Icemen went on the road this weekend. Did you know that, E?
I did not.
Yeah. They went on the road. They spent this past weekend in Texas. They had a 3-game series at the Allen Americans. That's a suburb of Dallas out there.
Okay.
But that's not why it's a Shazam. The Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. No, it's not a Shazam because the Icemen went and got 3 straight wins. We got a good hockey club. We expect 3 straight wins. No, the Shazam part of the equation is that the team that they beat, they swept the 3-game series from the Allen Americans, a suburb there in Dallas. Would you like to know who owns said team in the ECHL?
I'm going to say Mark Cuban.
Yeah, Miles Jack is down. Miles Jack is down. Yeah, 3-game sweep over Miles Jack's squad out there. Yeah, he owns apparently the ECHL squad. In fact, he and his mother became the first African-American majority owners in ECHL history when they bought the team. But, yeah, little speed bump this weekend, courtesy of our Jaguars. All right, look, here's it's fun to make the decisions when you can't, you don't have the power to make the decisions, but it's just kind of read the leaves and everything else. It sure seems like a real prudent start to free agent. By the way, when I say splash, I'm not talking about big name, high stat. Listen, here's a reality. Sometimes the best players in free agency are just that. They're the best players in free agency. Whoever was available this offseason, I'm not doing it for what he's done other places, but I have a sneaky suspicion that whoever is available this offseason in the free agent receiver market, I'll go ahead and bet you right now, Devontae Adams will have better numbers, a better year than all of them. So sometimes splash, meets with expected production. When I say splash, I just mean for our team, for the history. You may not know the name now. I'm just saying they can't be a year or two from now just a free agent you wish you never signed. We have an awful lot of those. But this center in Atlanta who's just right in the sweet spot of everything. Age, talent, and a salary hit because he's the top center on the market. Now, look, this all prefaced with you've done your due diligence, you've looked at the film, you agree with what the internet says is Drew Dahlman's spot on the free agency lists. But again, Dahlman's I think he's 26 maybe. Certainly he's affordable, especially with the moves that have been made. And now here's how this frees you up for free agency to go everywhere but offensive line. And that's because this draft, by all accounts and evaluations, it's just chock full of interior offensive linemen. And if you're a good job of spotting talent, and I trust we're going to do a better job of that, this seems like a good year to build your interiors in those middle to late rounds and find some talent there. So if you sign Dahlman, that leaves you room for another one. I mean, if we could come out of free agency with, gosh, there's so many holes, dude. Can you make a priority Chris Godwin? Can you do that? I mean, can you afford to do that? When safety and corner and you don't know what you're going to get in the draft and these issues and holes on the offensive line, I don't know. But if you sign Drew Dahlman at center, it takes that off the plate. That's check that one off for the next 4 or 5 years. You hope. We've thought we've done that a few times in our glorious past here on that offensive line across the board. We've signed guys that have come in with Pro Bowl credentials at guard and never made Pro Bowls here. We've drafted guys with upsides in rounds 2 especially and never matriculated to an all-star level. So we shall see. But one thing's for sure, if you've got that little bit of that FOMO like me, fear of missing out, as we watch, and we're about to get into those headlines, so watch moves being made around the NFL in preparation for a fit. Tampering becomes legal today, and tomorrow, I believe the signings are announced in full. But if it goes anything like it has in the past, this tampering will lead to deals that we'll be in full knowledge of when we hit the air tomorrow morning, broadcasting live out at the Players. But for now, here's a football fix. It's brought to you by the home course, Jones Creek Golf Club. Man, you're going to be jonesing. Oh, you're going to see this beautiful weather. You're going to see the best in golf playing right here on the First Coast. You want to get out and swing the sticks. And when you do, call my friends at the home course, the Jones Creek Golf Club. Terrific value. Course is rounding into shape here as we head into spring and summer. Played out there on Friday. Man, those greens were fast. All right, here are those aggressive teams. I mentioned the Rams go and get Devontae Adams. Sign him to a 2-year deal. They'll pair him with Puka Nacua and go try and win the NFC. They were close last year. That Philly game was close until late. Rams were in the game. And then ultimately they lost in that one step short of even making the conference championship game. And look, here's the reality in the NFC. The Eagles don't, as good as they were and as dominant as they don't feel like they're suddenly the stronghold team in the NFC, do they? Does it feel that way to you, E?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they're, it's definitely the Eagles. You're going to have to go through Philly. And that might be the case, but it doesn't feel that way right here at the moment. So, anywho, Devontae Adams goes to the Rams. Steelers get aggressive. They trade for DK Metcalf. Again, Steelers, pretty good franchise there. They're willing to go. What did he end up getting? 20. Is it 5? What was his deal? Was it 5/150? Not too much for a receiver. He got splashed with cash. And that's what you need to do. If you get DK Metcalf in, you better bring him in. You better sign him long term. You better give him a lot of money. You got the money on DK for me, E?
It's looking like 150.
Yeah, 5 years, 150. So $30 million a year. They'll pair him. Buddy, you want to talk about a wide receiver room, though, boy? Him and Pickens. Ooh, you better have counselors in the building.
Oh, Diva Land.
Huh? Those two. What's the over/under on training table fight between DK Metcalf and Pickens? I shouldn't say that. Von Miller's out there. Man, that sure seems like just the kind of position, right? Does it not?
It does, yeah.
I mean, I'd probably get him on the cheap. I need a veteran pass rusher. Could that be, and I don't expect him to be the Von Miller's Defensive Player of the Year. I expect him to come in and get 7-8 sacks on a team that's contending for the AFC South title. So he's been released. There are better teams than Jacksonville who are going to want him. And, that's part of what keeps teams down. Is that in order to get players, to attract them to your worst competitive situation, you have to sometimes overpay them, and you do that at that age, you run the risk of it totally collapsing on you. But I'm all for kicking the tires on Von Miller. We got to get that third edge rusher to make some sort of presence felt. The Patriots, again, very prudent move, if you ask me. 3 years, $43.5 million. So that's what, about $13.5 million a year for Harold Landry. And it's not a name that just flies off the paper at you. But he only took $26 million guaranteed for the for the Patriots to sign him up. He reunites now with his former head coach in Tennessee, Mike Vrabel, who is known of Landry for a while. He played college at Boston College. Listen, Landry's 28, led the Titans with 9 sacks last year. Sounds like a good quality addition, doesn't it?
It does.
It was his third consecutive year with at least 9 sacks. He had a career-high 12 in 2021, a year he went to the Pro Bowl. So, yeah, good. Kudos, Patriots. Good, aggressive move. Another guy. Now, look, again, that's more main rotation. We don't have a need for a main rotation guy, do we? The main rotation's got to be Walker and Allen, the number 1 overall pick and your highest paid guy. That's why Von Miller makes so much sense, because you can piecemeal him in there. But anyway, I don't know what the Jags are thinking when it comes to that. Falcons agree to an extension with left tackle Jake Matthews. Atlanta should be better. They got a good offensive line. And perhaps in line to lose one of those big pieces, their center. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Josh Allen, most money now in NFL history. Takes the lead in that quarterback race. And Myles Garrett, the most non-quarterback money in league history. Vikings going to keep running back Aaron Jones around. He gets a $20 million deal. Good for him. Yeah, that's enough. That's a football fix. You're welcome. We got a lot more football talk. We got March Madness talk. Got players talk. Players Championship is upon us. Going to blow this rain out here this morning. It's slippery out there. Be careful. But it looks like beautiful weather ahead for us this week for this, spotlighted week of golf. Up and rolling, 7 o'clock hours next. Hicken, Arrival, and more. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
For many, it's the happiest place on earth.
At 17 in Players Championship.
Get live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling.
And Beaver Toyota.
On 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
At Beaver Chevrolet, we believe your experience should be more than just buying a car. It should be a lifetime of confidence, care, and trust. That's why we're proud to offer lifetime warranties and lifetime customer service. At Beaver Chevrolet, we're not just here to sell you a car. We're here to establish a lifelong relationship that you can always count on. It's simple. You deserve the best and shouldn't settle for less. Visit Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, where we're ready to give you a peace of mind for a lifetime.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Grinding out good grades can be just as challenging as winning games. That's why 1010XL salutes the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Need a new air conditioning system? Don't sign anything. Call Ideal Conditions Heating and Air Conditioning, your AC experts. Just ask your AC. Finance a brand new system for 60 months with 0% interest on approved credit for approved systems. Visit idealconditionsjax.com.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
Idealconditionsjax.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Tired of drafty, noisy vinyl windows? It's time to say goodbye to vinyl. And hello to lasting comfort with Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. Our exclusive Fibrex windows are 2 times stronger than vinyl, more energy efficient, and custom built to fit your home perfectly. No more warping, no more cracking, just beautiful, durable windows that stand the test of time. Right now, get special financing or save big with limited time discounts. Call Renewal by Andersen today and say bye-bye vinyl. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Don't wait. Upgrade today. License number CGC 1527613.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein and Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein and Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Hey, poker fans, the stakes are high this month as Best Bet dishes out over $550,000 between Jacksonville, Orange Park, and the St. Augustine poker rooms. Feeling lucky? How about $300 every 15 minutes at the table games, or cash in on the $20,000 race to a race, or every Friday, $1,000 every 30 minutes. And go for the green on St. Patrick's Day, where a Royal Flushing Clubs wins up to $5,000. See all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. The number 5 Gators men's basketball team closed out the regular season Saturday with a dominant 19-point victory over Ole Miss. Walter Clayton Jr. put on a show for senior night, scoring 23 and nailing 5 3-pointers to go with 5 rebounds and 8 assists. Elijah Martin tossed in 13 and 5 rebounds, and Will Richards scored 10 to help lift the Gators to their 3rd straight win for the regular season finale. The SEC tournament begins Wednesday with Florida in the 2 seed, and will have a bye through the first 2 rounds. The Gators will be back in action Friday for the SEC quarterfinals, with their opponent depending on Wednesday and Thursday's outcomes. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 67 degrees at 7 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
You know it! Yes, sir! I can't stand the rain.
Yeah, it's
against my window pane.
nasty this weekend. Yesterday.
Nasty right now.
Yeah, yesterday and today especially.
It's pouring out there. My goodness gracious. I won't be getting in my practice round at the stadium today.
Yeah. Well, maybe work through the elements. That's what Tiger used to do at Stanford.
No, I'm not going to do that.
You look out on that cold, wet driving range. There was Tiger, right? That's the story. There's the silhouette of Tiger pounding balls in the pouring rain.
Not me.
Okay.
I won't be playing out there today. We'll have to wait. Maybe try again tomorrow. But
does Tiger come up for the players meeting tomorrow, you think, considering the state of golf? You know how they always do that big players meeting on Tuesday?
I mean, I guess he has before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder.
He's not.
Yeah.
In the old days, the answer would be heck no. But nowadays, sure.
Yeah,
why not? I got nothing else to do. Yeah.
Sure.
So maybe. I guess be nice if the commission, could announce a merger or whatever that's going to happen.
A collaboration probably is how it'll end up.
This is the players is a week where you do kind of, and I've always said that the course is the star, but you do notice.
You miss Rom DeChambeau Smith especially.
Yeah.
And then Neiman's a really good player, but you don't miss him.
Yeah. Well, there's some past champions who won't be here and things of that ilk. But again,
and Mickelson used to be
popular. And my
popular.
point is this. if they're going to merge, then what's the holdup?
Yeah.
I mean, let's just work through this stuff and get it done.
I guess, or people in power and that kind of positioning.
How much? Yeah. So anyway,
it doesn't feel like Jay Monahan survives all this. I can be wrong.
That's so far.
I can be wrong. I mean, there are commissioners in other leagues doing worse.
As long as we're talking golf, I'll just shout out to Russell Henley.
Yeah,
well done, Russ.
Here's what shocked me about that. I had no idea you had him. I don't pay as much attention to Brunch with the Tour, but since you didn't have him on your 10-man roster, I was shocked that that's who you had. But I quickly got the news via group text. We get that news when the winter hits. We all do.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was Stewie started it. I just jumped right in.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, Stewie was all ticked off about Russell Henley. If you go look.
Stewie's a big Russell Henley guy. He usually takes him.
In
these other events.
Go ahead and add that big amount of earnings to me. You falter into last place and are now staring to put on the
You were
diaper.
already ahead, weren't you? Weren't you already ahead, though? Yeah, you're in good shape. He's in good shape. You need
spinning
that
wheel and walking down the street with his diaper on is what he's going to do. And
he's determined that he's not going to put that diaper walk on
there. Pit of snakes.
That's what he says.
Snakes and bugs.
Here we go.
We should find a tamed mini python and make him walk around with it around his neck all day.
Call E-Ret. We can get E-Ret. E-Ret used to have a snake. He'll bring.
You can hang out with him all day. I was watching. So I'm watching the golf yesterday down the stretch, and they're running these Players Championship promotional commercials. And I'm watching. I'm half paying attention as usually do during the commercial, and they're showing flashes from the past and shots from the stand. I just see a little bit of shot of the culture there. I'm like, wait, hold on a second, that looks familiar. I rewound it. Then I went through slow, and I paused it. And damn sure it is. It's E.
He's in the commercial.
He's in the commercial. He gets about a half a frame. You're going to have to do what I did. You're going to have to stop, pause, tick through. And if I didn't know and didn't know that his mannerisms, perhaps I would have missed it. But it was just a flash, Hickman. I was like, yeah, well, damn, what was that?
Your boy.
Yeah.
Not a boy, E.
Did you even know you were in that?
No, I didn't.
They're just out taking group shots and crowd shots, and E is always having fun.
Of course he is.
So they found him.
Well done, E. Of course, Sawgrass Country Club today. We got the hate going on, so I don't know what they're going to do with that. That'll be an interesting.
Is it supposed
don't know what the tee time is.
We're not the ones to count on for your up-to-date weather information. Is it supposed to do this all day? I thought today was supposed to be nice.
Today was not supposed to.
It wasn't supposed to be messy all day.
Yeah,
well,
I don't know if it's all day though. So hopefully not. So they can get in that last round out there.
It looks like. I mean, according to this, by noon it kind of blows through. You only got 15% chance of rain from noon through 5. Yeah, it should by noon start to at least clear up and dry out, because I think the rest of the week's supposed to be beautiful, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, we got no.
When you say
no chance
we're
of
not
rain.
the weatherman,
well, Sunday,
and then you come back with, isn't it? How am I supposed to answer that question?
Okay. I don't know, because I'm not. You are.
I'm not.
You're in with the chief.
I can call the chief.
Well, no, I just.
I thought we weren't going to do.
Maybe you looked at it. You did the news.
Our official weatherman is Ox Gator.
Okay.
And I don't know that he's called in with the.
He's a potential class action lawsuit, though, based on some of his suggestions. I mean, you can't be careful who we officially align with. And I love Ox, and I love his weather forecast, but I don't know, to put him in as the official weatherman, I don't know. We may open up some legal obligations.
There's one weird thing about sports schedules that I just don't understand, and I'll say it this way. NFL free agency. I'm not sure exactly. I know it's this week.
It's today, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we get announcements.
Well, we had announcements yesterday.
Well, but those aren't free agents. Those are guys on the street that have been cut. They're there for everyone.
That doesn't make.
That's correct. You don't have to wait until the free agency opens. If somebody's under contract,
Harold Landry was cut.
Yes, he was released on Friday by the Titans.
All right,
that's why.
All right,
that's the small difference. I'm no expert, but
yeah,
these are the players that we saw. Like Kirk, if you're under contract and released, then you're
a free agent, but you're not.
But you don't have
immediate
to wait.
Free agent.
Correct. You don't have to wait till free agency.
Because
tangled webs. But I hear you. It can be confusing.
It's at one point. It's just going to happen
today. It'll be today. Tampering opens today, but that means the deals will be announced either at midnight or this evening.
Tampering's already been done.
Sure, of course it has.
So why?
Just to try and make it as official as they can. There's been some form or fashion of tampering. I promise you, by every team, from the smallest to the biggest ways. Which is fine.
You can't win.
Guys are going to go wherever. Just because if you come, look, the Titans didn't have to tamper with Calvin Ridley. They waited till the very end, offered him the most, and boom.
Well, yeah.
So I think you're tampering with guys you're probably likely to get.
Well, the ones who are rated at the top, they got to have answers immediately.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, I'd like tomorrow morning to have some real substance to the Jaguars offseason, like story of additions, whether it's Godwin or Dahlman or impact.
I am
like, I'll give you a guy who's just totally free now out of nowhere, and that's Von Miller. That seems like the perfect veteran piece to put there.
You think?
I do.
Huh?
Because he's limited. He doesn't want to play. You got a rotational guy.
Yeah. He's played a lot of years.
I know he has. I think that Von Miller, if he were here,
you don't think he's washed?
I think if the Jags were a good team, a contending team, he'd get you 8 sacks. I think that. I don't know, and I don't know what he's done the last few years. I don't mean to speak of like the Von Miller that was going to the Super Bowl with the Broncos, but
he had 6 this year.
That's pretty good. What we didn't have, that's all our other guys added up times 3.
He had 0 the year before.
That was hurt that year. No, did he play?
It says 12 games.
Yeah, he came in the Jaguar game. Remember, that was his first game back from the knee injury, so that's disconcerting. But I would go with the 6 over the 0.
8, 5, and 4.5.
The 3 before?
Yeah,
maybe not.
I just think I could throw money at somebody to get me.
It'd be Dante Fowler Jr. or someone like that.
I don't. He's
Landry's a good get. He's very
13
underrated.
13 years in the league.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
36.
Yeah, I doubt the Bills got exactly what they hoped they would be getting from him either. So
no,
to your point,
but
let me tell you something.
They certainly need someone of that nature.
This is 100%. That's the bigger thing. We need a third in just to put it to bed and not worry about it, and then develop and hope. And look, it's a little signing, and Van Lanen, I don't know how good he is. I don't know how any good the individual pieces are on the offensive line, because overall it's just been a C+ Sid its whole existence. But it does at least give you some flexibility. You don't have to, oh my God, I've got to get a tackle. You got a swing tackle of Van Lanen and Javon Foster. You at least have 4 tackles in the rotation. We didn't seem to have that, a week ago.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. This is going to put this whole thing off to this is probably not an apples to apples observation.
Yeah.
But he's going to just put me off to a bad start if it goes this way. If we end up with Cooper Kupp, that's going to be a spur in my
You don't want Cooper Kupp.
I don't want a process that has me take a player from a team who upgraded from that player with the better player who was also available. I don't like where that puts me as an aggressive franchise. I don't like coming over for the Rams and getting their B team. The team that I just left, the culture I'm embracing, the model I'm following has determined Cooper Kupp doesn't have enough value anymore. They're letting him go. Why would I sign him if that were the case?
Well, I'm not against. I hear what you're saying. I don't disagree.
But it's the
the one thing is I'm not near as sold on Devontae Adams as you.
Boy, I am.
Yeah. I mean, basically,
the game here in Jacksonville, about 160.
Welcome. So then Aaron Rodgers, let's sign him.
No. My point is, though, it's easy to dismiss that, but that's not true. You look at, we had a lot of primo receivers here that we did okay with.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson got shut down pretty good here, so the defense was terrible. I'm always selling them as something.
I just watched.
That's got to be the biggest game a receiver had against us by a good margin. No,
I just watched a lot of Devontae Adams last year, and I mean, there's definitely a drop off there from what he used to be.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not the 1,300 yard guy anymore.
I think with the Rams, I think he will be 90, 100 catches. But we'll see.
Maybe
it's more the implication.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that Green Bay, a power franchise, did to us last year. They go get a great safety. We take Savage. It's that same thing. Just I want to be up there with the forward
3 years
thinkers.
prior to his last year, he had 1144, 1516, 1553, 1374. Last year, he had 1,060 on 85 catches. But did have 8 touchdowns.
And that was he traded midseason, wasn't he? Or was that preseason? I can't recall.
No, mid. He played 3 games with the Raiders and then went to the Jets and played 11 more.
So 3 games.
It hurt a little bit. Cooper Kupp last year, 67, 710, 6 touchdowns. So
hurt though. He just feels
12
like
games.
It's. I will say this. All that being said, and that's why I don't want to just throw, poop in the platter.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like the Jags are in it with Cooper Kupp? Doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me too hard on it. Cooper Kupp, if healthy, is an upgrade from Christian Kirk. He is. He's not better than Devontae Adams, but he's an upgrade from Kirk if he's healthy.
We were talking about the DK Metcalf thing last night, and it's fine trading for him, but I don't know if I would want to pay him that much money.
He's like, Individual play-to-play.
Is DK Metcalf a number one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Dog.
I think he play-to-play is as dangerous and as good as anyone in the league. But like season to season, there are others you would rather have. If that makes sense. I mean, he can at his. He seems a little distracted to me. To count on. I mean, he's had to be benched by his own coach a few times. He's gotten into riffs with a DB and not able to let it go. It continues 3 plays later. Those things cost you at some point.
Yeah.
He does a lot of that. And it's not like, doesn't make you.
Oh, I don't know. He's 66 catches the last 2 years. That's not a number one.
But also, you got to consider is Geno Smith. Geno really ain't that guy. And
Geno you can't figure out.
Right. And
some people will tell you Geno's really good. Some people will tell you Geno's not that good.
Apparently the Raiders will say he's good. Traded for him this weekend.
I know last year Geno won great, 21-15, I think he did.
Right.
And I don't think he's ever had more than 21 touchdown passes, yet he has numbers. He's a weird guy to me. I can't figure him out.
And then they had a young boy, Jackson Smith and Jigba, who
but
in the ball.
That's great. And I mean, they blew that franchise up.
Yeah, they did.
DK Metcalf gone. They released Lockett.
That's a 10-7 franchise too.
Lockett and DK both gone. Now, Smith and Jigba, granted, has ascended to probably ready to be number one, but Geno Smith now gone. So you're talking Sam Howell. This feels like a 5 and
they're signing Darnold.
12 season coming. Is that common knowledge?
Yeah, that's what they're all saying.
Yeah.
Darnold's going.
Darnold Smith's probably a wash.
Yeah,
overall, Smith's done it more. That he's never had the kind of year that Darnold just had, but he's had better years overall, year to year than Darnold, right?
I will say this: Metcalf shows up.
That's what I said. Play to play is good
16,
as anybody.
16, 17, 17, 16, 15 in his career. So, and he's still young, but 66 ain't enough for a true number one. Now he had a 90 and he had an 83. Those are 83, 1303 his second year. That's okay.
I tell you what, man. I don't know what Mike Tomlin did to go to. This guy is tortured soul. Has to be a tortured soul when it comes to dealing with the wide receivers.
I wouldn't be shocked if Pickens is moved.
But before, it was Antonio Brown. It was Deontay Johnson. It's been so many of them.
Do you want George Pickens on your team? He is a headache.
Yeah, I want him.
Yeah, he's headed down the wrong path for me. I don't know, man. If I can take DK Metcalf and replace Pickens with Metcalf, I definitely would do that.
Is there not? Is Pickens that much more of a head case, as y'all say, than DK?
Yes, I think so.
Pickens, yes.
Yeah, man.
Pickens is a giant pain in the rear. Now, here's where the pain's going to come further. Who's their quarterback? Because if it's Justin Fields.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like we did get a little taste. And DK said what? Warm weather, good quarterback. Myles Garrett, I want to be traded. I want to be traded. I want to be traded. Here's some money. Some of the nonsense that goes on. Let me get the Dream Finders Homes poll question in before we head to break. As we are on the, I guess, what are we on? The verge of free agency, the precipice, starts, whatever. Brought to you by our friends at Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the PGA Tour, and the Florida Gators.
Dang.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 of those are thriving, boy.
Yeah. Happy free agent week, NFL. Who do you want the Jags to sign position-wise? Position-wise. Corner, O-line / center, wide receiver, or safety?
Yes. Is yes one of my
Yes
options?
is not.
Oh, that's too bad.
611 votes. Corner, O-line, center, wide receiver, or safety. E, which one do you want?
Wide receiver.
Okay. Jeffrey?
Yeah, this would honestly be a price point conversation. I've converted to my new salary system. So if I can get the very best player at a position for like $13 million a year, I'm not going to take an average guy at another position for $15 million a year. Okay. So I guess I'm going to go center.
O-line center, overwhelming, 65.3%. Wide receiver, second. E, corner, third. Safety, fourth at 7.5%. No, it's just interesting. Like, you can name a guy at every position, right? O-line center, you'll say the Dahlman kid from Atlanta, who I knew nothing about 2 weeks ago, but since he's a top-rated center, why not? Safety, Javon Holland, why not? Cornerback, Carlton Davis or Charvarius Ward. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Wide receiver, like you said, even though he's not a free agent, Cooper Kupp seems to be the guy that they're, so those may be the 4 guys. Now, again, a year ago, we got all pumped up about the guys that we were signing and stuff and how'd that work out. So, but you can vote for another couple hours on social media. It's brought to you by Dreamfinders Homes. Now your chance to lock down a 4.99% interest rate. Woo, 15 different locations. You heard me right.
15?
4.99% fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Look, dreamfindershomes.com, the place to go for sales event information. Get in the game. Tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. We're just warming up here on the drill.
Local and live.
Live?
Live? Live.
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 Because local and live is better.
Oh, right.
1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. If they're paying their salespeople commission, you're starting off in the hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores, because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day, anytime. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. Doc T said, Hick, I'm going into concierge medicine. I said, what is concierge medicine and what does that mean for me, most importantly? And he said, don't worry. He said, here's how it works. He goes, you're not feeling well. You need to see a doctor. You call and come in right away. You don't have to wait for a couple weeks to get an appointment. I said, I like that. Medical emergency. Here's my phone number. Call me. I'll get right back to you 24/7. I like that. It's kind of like being a member of an exclusive golf club, but the cost will surprise you. And as far as doctors, Towns is the best. That I can confirm. I've had Doc T in my camp for years now. He's Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest, fixture in our community. So yearly physicals, office of virtual visits, cancer screenings, referral specialists. He can do it all. Find out how you can take away your health worries. Questions, mypvconcierge.com. That's mypvconcierge.com for all your answers.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beachurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beachurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beachurst Plumbing, here to help.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group, 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
AA Automotive helps keep your vehicle in dependable and safe condition. Call Sam, Harry, or Joe, and they'll check your brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and motor, so your ride runs smooth on the road. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Who's new? Get to know who and why they're a good fit on the First Coast.
This man right here does whatever it takes.
Free agency profiles are covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. Roll through the offseason with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234 plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox deal on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Oh, yeah! We got the sports concepts. We got the sports rationalization. We call it the 10-minute drill. We also have a prize pack that he says is hot. It's a razzle-dazzle at the end of the drill. The end. What are you handing out today, E?
I got a pair of tickets to see Counting Crows. That's live at the St. Augustine Amphitheater, July 19th. Tickets on sale
Crows, baby.
to the public Friday at 10 a.m. Visit AXS.com to purchase.
But you can get them right here in a few minutes once we wrap up the 10-minute drill.
That's right.
Boy, this weekend we had a packed downtown. I'm sure there were some traffic snarls trying to get out and some angry folks as you had, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we had monster trucks.
Yeah, Monster Jam.
And then I also believe old Shane Gillis was here.
He was.
At the ViStar. So, yeah, probably a little bit busy downtown Jacksonville. A lot of cars, a lot of parking, a lot of anger as you were trying to leave. Adam Schnipner has jumped in 3 minutes ago. He is reporting, we were just talking about this. Steelers continue talking to Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, but Aaron Rodgers has emerged as a quarterback option in Pittsburgh. Rodgers and the Steelers are expected to talk and explore a union. The idea of Rodgers playing for Mike Tomlin is in play. That, according to Adam Schnipner.
Schefter, yeah.
Also, we got a trade. The New England Patriots have agreed to send defensive tackle Devon Godshaw to the New Orleans Saints. Godshaw, of course, went to high school down there in Louisiana, played at LSU.
Oh, of course. That Godshaw.
That Godshaw. 7th-round pick. That's the trade. Godshaw, you're gone. And that gets breaking news, and we don't have a lot to report on. But, yeah, Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers. Now, that would be interesting if that were to happen. And if you're the Steelers and you just got DK Metcalf's on the phone going, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So we shall see. But, yeah.
Listen, if you're at some point, you've got to draft. Your last quarterback hit can't be Ben Roethlisberger.
I know.
You know, the same thing with the Jets. Your last quarterback hit can't be.
Oh, you know, who
Joe
did that
Namath
for a lot of years? The Dolphins.
Yeah, a lot of teams have done that. Yeah, we've made a living doing it.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the end of the day, you got to draft a guy. You got to be in a position to draft a guy, or you got to show some savvy and get a guy in the second round who ends up being one of those, thriving. Listen, that is the one position. If you're finding I know there are outliers. Don't get me wrong. Oh, Tom Brady's the best player. Don't get me wrong. Most of the guys in the league right now that are thriving at the quarterback position were top 10 picks. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Even Lamar went first or top second, or was it final and first? Right?
First round.
Yeah. Even Lamar was the first rounder, now not top 10. The real superstars at the position in the league are all top picks.
Here's your reminder. And this is why we get excited here. We convince ourselves, but in the end, reality is reality. And it's even true for the quarterbacks. 2016, Houston paid big money for Brock Osweiler. 2017, the Bears went with the neck.
Those guys never work.
Mike Glennon. In 2018, Vikings went with Kirk Cousins. Arizona went with Sam Bradford. Denver went with Case Keenum. In 2019, our Jags went with Nick Foles.
Yep.
2020, the one outlier, Tom Brady to Tampa Bay, but Brady.
He was.
Phillip Rivers, who you've brought up, Indy. Teddy Bridgewater, Carolina. 23, Derek Carr to New Orleans. Jimmy Garoppolo to Vegas.
Nothing.
Last year, Cousins to Atlanta.
Nothing.
It never works.
No, you got to draft your guy.
It never works.
You can get it
one time.
Those guys can be a bridge. That's about it.
Cousins had a nice.
Listen, the only guys that it's really worked for, and this, by the way, should affect how you view Aaron Rodgers all time.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Brett Favre wouldn't have made it work. There's Tom Brady wouldn't have made it work. Peyton Manning left wouldn't have made it work. There are those rare, but look what I just named for you. Some would say maybe the 3 of the top 5 all time. Most of them don't. Most of them don't make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Even the good ones. And so this puts Aaron Rodgers to me closer to Phillip Rivers than it does to Favre, Manning, and Brady.
I think in all likelihood. But if you're the Steelers, you owe it to your franchise.
I would go with Aaron Rodgers, 100%.
Yes.
Especially with those two receivers.
Yes.
Now, man, that is some kind of funky pass game room. There's some personalities there now, boy. Aaron Rodgers with those two, Metcalf and Pickens.
Oh, I know.
There's a lot going on there now. That's some psychological evaluation waiting to happen.
We got to take those two fellas to the ayahuasca retreat.
He does. They probably would enjoy it. Yeah. Take a little ayahuasca retreat for the 3 of them. Y'all need to settle down.
I tell you what,
come with me.
That dadgum documentary with that ayahuasca retreat.
Uh-huh.
That was some funny stuff, man.
You said I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I will.
Some interesting people out there in the woods.
I have this is usually out of place for a for the 10-minute drill, but oh well. I need pop quiz music, please.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dear me. Heavens to Betsy and goodness gracious.
Oh.
Sakes alive.
Sakes alive. Well, I'll be. Well, I never. The Florida Gators wrapped up their basketball season with a home win over Ole Miss. Gives them another quad 1 win. That's 9 quad 1 wins.
Quad 1 win.
Before quads were quads, that's probably the most Florida's ever had. The SEC schedule allows you to pick up some quad 1 wins.
Nothing like a quad 1 win.
But here's what I want to know.
I love me a quad 1.
With Florida at 9 quad 1 wins.
9.
That puts them just short of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 college basketball programs that have double-digit quad 1 wins. Can you name the 6 college basketball programs that have double-digit quad 1 wins? And I will give you, I'm going to give you a hint because this is kind of random. Of the 6 double-digit quad 1 winners, 4 are from the SEC.
Okay.
So really, it's a question: who are the 2 non-SEC teams that have at least double-digit quad 1 win? And by the way, these 2, one has 10 and one has 11. First, you want to knock out the 4 SECs that have more.
Yeah, I'll go Alabama.
This is, by the way, if Gator fan, we should be a 1. We're the 1. We won this. We beat that. There's other ways of looking at all these things. Bama is one of them. They have.
I'd say probably all.
Bama has 11. They're 11-7. Florida 9-4 quad 1. Bama 11-7. Auburn has the most quad 1 wins in the country by 5. They have 16 quad 1 wins.
We talked about who they played in December.
Yeah, 16-4. They've beaten the best of the SEC and the best of the rest, although they have lost now 2 straight.
For some reason, I think I read this recently, like in the last week. I think Kentucky
has 10 quad 1 wins. Good job. So there are your SEC, and Florida just outside of that with 9. Now there are 2 other college basketball programs with double-digit quad 1 wins that are not from the SEC. I'll give you one more hint. They are both Power 5 programs. So they're coming from the big boy leagues. Quad 1 wins. Looking for double-digit quad 1 wins. 2 left. We've named the 4 from the SEC. Florida finished with 9. I tell you what, man, you might want to ride the favorites this year because I'm looking at like quad 2, 3, and 4. Got a lot of undefeated teams against that level of competition. Duke, Auburn, Florida, Tennessee, Bama.
Well, I'm gonna guess that the Big Ten has to have a representative just because of they talked about how many, there's all these teams for the Big Ten and blah, blah, blah. It's a great conference. Next to the SEC, they're having a terrific year.
There's
So
like
I'm
10
definitely
of
thinking it's a
them
Big Ten team.
projected.
And the best Big Ten team, I believe, this year. And I get, what's a quad 1 win? What is it?
It's like top 30 at home, or top 30 at home, top 50 on the road, I think.
I'll say Michigan State.
Good call. Michigan State has 11. They beat Michigan yesterday. Michigan just likes to get under your skin, I suppose. I noticed the Michigan players, this wasn't in a win, this was in a loss, were standing on Michigan State's logo at the end of the game on senior day, and they got into a little tiff.
Just to hurry it along,
last one.
I'll go Michigan.
Michigan is not a terrible guess. Let me see where they are here. Michigan had 9.
That means it's wrong.
Michigan had 9. And they're way down the list to have that many. I mean, because their overall net ranking is 27.
All right.
Michigan State's overall net ranking is 11 with their 11. No, the other team is Houston. Don't forget, they're now in the Big 12, so they're getting to play big boy teams.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the past, Houston couldn't do it because the conference they were in, they were going to be
never got down.
relegated. So Houston, by the way, at the top, Duke 28-3, Auburn 27-4, Houston 27-4, Florida 27-4.
How many quad? Because I just saw this. Well, I saw this stat. Like Duke's win over the ranked opponents the last month.
Yeah,
0.
They haven't played a ton.
So
that's because of that league you want to. That's because of that league you want to fill up with teams and leave the SEC out.
Yeah, how many quad 1 wins
7.
do they have?
They're 7-3. 7-3. There's a couple of teams that were a lot better.
Speaking of college basketball,
like Clemson is on some kind of tear, dude.
All right.
You know Clemson went 16-2 in the ACC, or 18-2 or something.
I knew they were pretty good.
Yeah, they lost to like Duke and somebody. That's it. Duke has 1 loss. Duke had to beat Carolina, finished with 1 loss to win the ACC.
Yeah, Duke had a great year. FSU named their basketball coach, Luke Laux, who played for Leonard, was an assistant out at Sacto, and he came in. He's their new men's basketball coach, so we'll see how he's able to do. Luke Laux.
You kind of got new. It's hard to know exactly what your expectations are on guys coming in now because it's changed so much.
So different.
There used to be a stepping stone way to get to a college basketball program. You started D3, then you went to a something, then you went to a something, then you got a big job. But now it's, you're trying to find these guys in the age demo and social media savvy and all, and transfer portal and NIL, aware as well.
And one other thing, we'll head off to break. We got a lot to do today, and we'll get back into the NFL as we watch what's happening. But college baseball, 2 undefeateds left in college baseball. That would be Tennessee and FSU. The Gators this week play Tennessee and FSU.
Oh, wow. What a start to the SEC schedule, That's first SEC series?
Yes, this weekend coming up.
Is that in Knoxville or Gainesville?
That's in Knoxville.
Okay.
So they'll have their hands full with that.
The FSU game is in Gainesville midweek?
I think it's in Tallahassee.
I'm
not positive, though.
Tough little road trip there.
Yeah.
Get the 2. Hey, it's not like some of the challenges Florida basketball faced. They beat Alabama and Auburn both on the road. So
Yep.
We'll see.
So anyway, so that's Florida took care of Harvard this weekend, which really didn't mean a whole lot. Harvard was like 0-9 in their Ivy League. So
well, they literally they haven't even started practicing yet.
They may have just
Harvard snow. I mean, they left the snow. I don't even know where they're practicing. They get to go to the batting cages twice a week. They go down to the Fungo Land.
They might go Fungo.
Yeah, Fungo Land in Cambridge.
Fungo
Yes,
Land.
correct. All the kids, right? They hang out with the other,
play a little
college kids and whatnot.
Play a little Galaga while you're there.
Yeah, a little silliness.
Yeah.
All right, this is the drill. We are live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios this morning on the Monday Morning Quarterback. We'll talk Jaguars football, free agent strategy, and the like with Fred Taylor coming up in about an hour and much more until then. E likes to play Let's Make a Deal.
What about the Crows, E? What about the Crows?
I got a pair of tickets to see Counting Crows. That's live at the St. Augustine Amphitheater, July 19th. Tickets on sale to the public this Friday, but you get some tickets right now. Just hit me up, 904-641-1010.
Tensions build.
3rd and 12. Let's go.
Plot thickens.
We got to get off the field.
Crowds roar. Tune in and let the show begin. Your home for live play-by-play is 1010XL.
Is this it? All right. Hey, beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority booking by calling our heroes at Zero Res. Man, Zero Res is so good. I've had them over to the house numerous times, and I'm telling you, house looks newer, smells better, feels better when you have the cleaning freaks from Zero Res over. And by the way, this month, get one room Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet cleaner, starting at just $53. Take $100 off your air duct cleaning as well. Don't forget about those air ducts. Your air ducts are like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. If you don't believe me, check out the 8,000 or so raving customer reviews online with a Google rating and see what all the hype is about. Call Zero Res right now, 287-5727, or go online, ZeroResJacksonville.com, and say, Hicken told me to call you. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res, it's the right way to clean.
My name is Joanne. I'm 75 years old, and I have lost 35 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. I was pre-diabetic. I was ready to go on cholesterol medication. My blood pressure was up even on medication. Now I have no need for cholesterol medication. My blood sugar is fine, and I actually am cutting down on my blood pressure medicine. I have knee replacements and hip replacements, and I had difficulty walking, and now I can walk without any problem. I feel lighter. I feel more energetic. It is a lifestyle that will help you to lose weight without medication.
Thanks, Joanne. Matt Hayes here. Stories like Joanne's are the reason I continue to share the Awaken 180 message. The results speak for themselves, and I'm confident you'll have the same success if you let them show you how. Do what Joanne did, what I did, and what over 24,000 others have done, and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Mia here. Getting more is great, and that's what makes this sale so great. It's a sale on top of a sale, and it's going on now at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Get $0 down and just $288 per month for a pre-owned 2022 Toyota Corolla. Or you choose a pre-owned 2021 Camry, RAV4, Tacoma for $0 down and $388 per month. You can even choose no payments till July 2025. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. Have you been charged with a crime? You don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW in the 904.
Florida homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Universal Roof and Contract protects your home and your wallet. Invest in a stronger roof and save big. Spend $6,000 and get up to $600 off. $15,000 up to $2,000 off. $20,000 up to $3,000 off. This deal ends March 31st. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Go inside your home team's locker room with Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline.
Check out my blog at 1010xl.com
so you can catch all the news and nuggets you need to know.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reese Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, you know, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Boots, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. If you're going to buy an engagement ring, how much should you spend?
Frank, that's a question we hear a lot, and the guideline most often used is the equivalent of 2 months' salary. But I'll say this. The price you pay for a diamond is directly related to its beauty. If you want a big, cheap diamond, I'll guarantee you it's poor quality, and that's not what we carry at Underwoods. If you want a diamond of fine quality, cut to the right specifications for maximum beauty, not maximum weight, that's the kind of diamond we have at Underwoods. You see, when somebody's been married for a long time, they don't always remember what they paid for their engagement ring. They probably remember the sacrifice they made to pay for it. And when you consider that a diamond engagement ring will be worn every day for the rest of her life, most people will agree that a really fine quality diamond ought to be considered. That's what we specialize in at Underwoods and have since 1928.
That's Underwoods in San Marco, in Avondale, the Shops of Ponte Vedra, Underwood Jewelers.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I can't stand the rain against my window.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
Bringing back sweet memories.
Sweet memories.
Yeah, when
all right, listen. We are. We are. I don't. I own this, as you do, and he does, and we do. We have to own this as a community. The only way to fixing a problem, getting better, improving, is at least admitting that you are one. We're one of the worst rain driving big cities in the world.
Are we? Sure.
It rains here, dude, and it may as well be a blizzard in the middle of Antarctica the way people go. And I know what it is. There's a select percentage of you out there that drive like it's sunny and dry. And if you get on the interstate and you drive like it's sunny and dry at 80 miles an hour, you know what's going to happen? You're going to hydroplane, you're going to hit somebody, you're going to cause an accident. I saw 2 accidents driving in this morning, and I can always tell when it's especially bad. Then
it was pouring when I came in. They
didn't involve anyone. The point now, if you have that accident now at 7 o'clock, we have situations like this from the Lifetime Enclosures text line. JTB East from Hodges to San Pablo is a parking lot. Be safe out there.
Man. Yeah, it was really bad, and it was so bad rain-wise today that I thought about it in terms of, man, this does not look like it is optimal driving conditions, and everybody was just kind of flying along down the highway. I was like, I was back.
I know, that's what I'm talking about.
I had to back her down a little bit.
Yeah, and listen, I've been in a car before, and now the truck, I don't think about it or worry about it, but I've been in, like, sedans. I had a Camry that, when it did a whole 360 going down the highway one time, out of nowhere for no reason. Well, other than the wet conditions. So
I was watching this bit of social media. I don't know if you saw this, E, and I think this happened like recently. So I'm going to look real quick. But this is not acceptable.
Okay.
This is a state championship relay race.
All right.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's 4x100. I'm not. It could be 4x400. I don't know. Now, in relay races, what do they use?
The baton. Oh, yeah. I saw it.
And I got my girl.
I think I know where we're going here.
My 2 girls are kind of jockeying for position on the inside.
Okay.
And one lady just decides to flat out whack the other girl in the head
mid-race
with the baton mid-race.
What am I watching? The Flintstones? What is this?
What is that?
A baton to the head?
Yeah.
In the noggin. The other girl grabs her head, falls down. It's over. I mean, we can't do that. It's in Virginia.
I mean,
I'm getting more information now.
I mean, look,
Brookville High School's Kaylin Tucker.
Hey, Kaylin.
It was a 4x200 relay. When an athlete from IC Norcom High School attacked Tucker with the baton.
Oh, no.
I mean, the incident is under investigation. There is no investigation. If you're pushing and whatever, it's one thing.
Right.
If you take baton, bring it back while you're running, whack said
sure.
Person you're competing against in the head, competitor, thank you. Other person grabs head, stops running, falls down with a, quote, concussion and possible fractured skull.
What?
the ban becomes an official lifetime ban with possible assault charges.
I think a freedom ban should be a possible assault charges. There is no world if the other person has not made physical contact with you. If she called you a name or you hate her because of some other reason, that doesn't matter. There is no world that you run up behind someone, clock them in the head with a baton, and not go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hello, Juvie. That's where we're going. You're me running the track team there at Sing Sing.
Anyway, I saw that this week.
That is incredible.
Wow. I mean, what are we doing here? We can't.
Man, I don't know what happens up there in that little nexus of that Virginia Beach, Newport News, Norfolk area. There's some bad men and women come out of there, though. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, just leave it at that.
All right, so back to, I was looking at Geno Smith's stats.
Okay.
And because I want to figure out the deal with Geno.
Yeah, Geno,
Geno got a second chance at the age of 32. He's kind of like Rich Gannon.
Yeah, I feel like, and then I'll let you give me the full picture. This is what Geno Smith feels like to me from watching. He had one great year in Seattle.
Is that what it was?
That's what it feels like.
Okay.
He had one great, hey, look at me, I'm not dead year. I didn't, what was this? He had a great quote, E.
They wrote me off, but I didn't write back.
Yeah, they wrote me off, but I didn't write back.
Very good.
Right? But outside of that one good, great-ish year, that's what it feels like to me. And he got a lot of mileage out of going from a bust to that one great year in Seattle.
I just remind you of Geno Smith.
The year he replaced Russ, when everyone's like, what?
Geno Smith coming out of West Virginia. 42 touchdowns, 6 picks his senior year. 71.2%, 4,200 yards.
Yeah, that seemed like he had everything. I remember that. But he did go from, at one point, projected number 1 overall down into the second round. So something happened in the scouting process.
So Geno then gets taken by the Jets. He gets 8. He goes 8-8.
Really?
Yep.
I don't remember that. That's, by the way, and that's Shangri-La in Jetland these days.
12 touchdowns, 21 picks.
Not good.
Second year, he comes back and
somebody punched him in the locker room, remember?
He broke a jaw.
He broke somebody else's jaw.
He broke a jaw of a teammate. Second year, starts 13 games, goes 3-10, 13 touchdowns, 13 picks. 2 years, we're done with Geno.
And probably the broken jaw plays into all that.
So
cousin of the great Jeremiah Smith, by the way, from Ohio State.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Geno, strong.
Very good. So Geno, 25, age 25, 26, 27, barely gets on 28, goes to the Chargers, doesn't play. Out of football in 2019. I don't know where he was. I don't know what he did. 2020 goes back to Seattle, doesn't play. 2021 doesn't play. We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years in the abyss. Jeff, in 7 years, he started 5 games.
That's amazing.
Okay?
Wow.
Then at 32, he wins the job in Seattle. 70% of his passes, 4,300 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks.
That's the year I remember.
And then the correction comes.
So now we're going to go, what, like 26
20-9, 21-15.
Yeah.
I guess my question is this. Does it look worse when you know you have Jackson Smith-Njigba, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett to throw to? Those numbers should be better than that, yes?
From last year, yeah. The interceptions
last
are
2
bad.
years.
Well, Smith-Njigba really has become Smith-Njigba this year. He didn't do a whole lot his rookie year. But I tell you what else is, I don't know what to make of this. But Pete Carroll had his choice of former Seattle quarterbacks. The fact that he went Geno over Russ, does that say anything?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I thought in my mind, Geno's 4 or 5 years younger than Russ. But now, no, he's not. He's Russell Wilson's age, isn't he?
Geno's 34.
Yeah, he's basically.
Last year he was 34. He's
basically Russell Wilson's age. And so the fact that the Raiders would more want Geno Smith than Russell Wilson is surprising to me.
Yeah.
Or maybe Russ doesn't want to play for Pete Carroll, or I don't never.
We
heard
knew they
that.
talked, but
that's surprising to me a little.
Anyway, so that'll be interesting as Geno Smith goes to the Raiders this weekend and for a 3rd round pick.
I'm going to try something.
And then the Seahawks thing is very odd because they're getting rid of their guy. Tyler Lockett released. DK Metcalf traded for a 2nd round pick, Geno for a 3rd round pick. They have some draft capital, but this is a team that went 10-7 last year, and they're saying, hey, we're not good enough.
Well, and they're saying we're not good at the quarterback. We're not good enough at the quarterback position. They got good running backs. They got a good running game. If they get Sam Darnold and draft somebody, it's a good receiver draft, they could get a guy in round 2 who could.
What is the relationship with the fellas out there with the GM? Because he has a pretty good reputation of drafting.
He's
Do
real.
they like that? Is it Schneider? Is that his name?
Snyder. Yeah.
Do they like him?
Yeah, from what I know, yeah,
Okay.
he's real personable.
I mean, he paid a few of them. A lot of them hit some, but he's done pretty well in the draft.
Teammate broke his jaw. It was Gino who got his jaw broken.
Oh, Gino got his jaw broken?
That's the way I remembered it.
Okay.
That's what they're saying. I haven't looked it up.
Yeah,
I
think that's right.
That's what they say on the text.
Okay. It was a linebacker foul.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It wasn't like Bart Smith, was it? Or
No.
Bart Scott.
Geno Smith suffered a broken jaw after being punched in the face during a locker room altercation with a teammate over a $600 debt. It was IK and Poly.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Remember that?
No, I remember him getting punched. I
Yeah.
did remember it having that way.
Somebody owed somebody $600. I want my money. He just decked them. But I'm just looking at the. So it's a team that's confident in being able to draft, and so how will they do? I don't know. I mean, they've had some hits, they've had some misses. 1 year they drafted in the first round Devon Witherspoon and Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's a pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Very good. Couple of picks.
DK was a good pick. They got him in like round 2 or 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
DK, he's the one that bawled his eyes out when they picked him, right? Wasn't that DK?
Yeah.
Got really emotional, which was sweet at the time. No, I'm not making fun of it.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers this morning, too, to LeBron.
Hey.
What happened?
Well, he's got a strained groin there, so he's going to miss a couple weeks. Finally showing some signs of being 40.
I got to say, man, weak sauce from Stephen A., who was in the right, but put on.
He's not letting it go now?
No, he brought it. He quote, had to address the situation. You didn't have to, but if you want to, fine.
Okay.
But if you choose to address the situation, man, you got to rip LeBron. You got to stand tall. He backed down. Well, he's a father, and so I get it. Well, he's the face of the NBA, so I don't want to make too many waves. It was weak sauce, dude. Hey, Stephen
And they
A.,
just got
if
all
you're
that
gonna
money,
act
that's
the
what
way
you're going to
you
be.
act, and you got to bow up and say, look, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
This guy can't come get in my face.
Yeah, that's what he should have said.
That's BS.
By the way, I don't know what
By the way, will
what you
Bronny
expect.
be playing for LeBron now, in the lineup? Is that how it works?
Was that in his contract? Maybe another hidden.
Does Bronny
It's called the face of the league contract.
I should find you. I can't. I won't be able to find it. But somebody.
Bronny's hot right now. He was reading me off the game log the other day. He's getting 20 a night.
They almost got me last night. There was an AI. Did you see the AI LeBron?
Yeah, I saw it. Man.
It was funny.
It was great, man.
And I kind of thought for a
they
minute,
make him say things.
For a
Those
minute,
that should be illegal, dude.
For a minute, I thought it was true because it was good enough. That was
there's a bunch of them that go out there.
It was good.
Here's what's going to happen, by the way. Somebody really is going to do something crazy and outrageous, and then just, it's AI. That wasn't me.
Right. Yeah.
Right? That's coming. What a great excuse.
Yeah, you can use that.
Just have at it.
Yeah, I would.
So what was he claiming, or is it too off color?
No, it wasn't. It was very good. I should look for it, and if I can find it, we'll play it.
But it's not real.
But it's not real. But it's obviously it sounds just like LeBron. And
I'm going to ask a question here to make a point. And that point is not.
I'm going to listen to it, make sure it's clean.
I'm going to make a point here, and I'm going to ask a question to make a point, and the point isn't, hey, let's try and embarrass ET.
Oh, let's do it.
But ET, I have a question for you.
E.
And there's no wrong answer here.
This is not going to be good for you, E.
Do you know who Christopher Bell is? Do you know that name? Christopher Bell.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think you would, and that's okay. Christopher Bell is a NASCAR driver. He's now won 3 straight times. So if we're looking for your next young NASCAR star, I guess we found him. He's right there. My personal interest in NASCAR is ebbed and flowed through the years, not super high right now, but boy, there's enough awareness to know that if you win 3 straight, 3 straight on the NASCAR circuit, and you're going to be around.
Yeah.
You're going to be that name. That's what the Jeff Gordons and Jimmy Johnsons and that level of a star have done. So anyway, just to know, again, not meant to embarrass you, E, but there are probably plenty of people who wouldn't know who Christopher Bell is. Right. Sounds like a first baseman for the D-backs to me. Like if I had to guess, if I were just going to guess, maybe a linebacker for the Packers, Christopher Bell. But no, NASCAR driver, Christopher Bell. 3 straight wins. He wins in Phoenix yesterday.
Yeah. That was good. And boy, I tell you what, I hate spring training. I said this all along because all that happens is bad stuff. Guys get hurt, but the Yankees.
Pessimism abounds for me watching the Braves.
Yankees may lose Garrett Cole here for
Yeah.
year. Tommy John surgery.
They had
is
him
what
a couple of years ago.
He's doing the dreaded second opinion, and that just means you're going to hear what the first opinion was, which is you need Tommy John. Your UCL is torn.
Yeah.
So
the second opinion usually just confirms the first analysis almost all the time, or you take some crazy off-shot chance and it just makes it worse.
Why haven't the Jags done anything?
Right. It's early.
Come on!
What do you got now? Something else?
No, I'm just.
Oh, this is just people screaming that?
I am.
Yeah. I definitely had. Well, we'll reset. Come back in the Jags situation because I did have. I'm not going to lie, and it doesn't always correspond to what Jags needs or anything that's really practical. But I got a little bit of FOMO yesterday, fear of missing out when all these names are flashing and firing, and Tampering officially opens today at noon. I would think by drive time and the Frangie show this afternoon, there's going to be some percolating news, and it'll be interesting to see. I can't imagine the Jags cleared all this space to not make a couple of impact moves in free agency. That has to be a part of the plan. There are just too many holes here. If you're going to, if you fancy yourself a contender, we got a lot of roster building to do here in these next couple of months. That's for sure.
This is the drill. We're heading to the 8 o'clock hour. Get pumped up, Jacksonville!
The Players Championship is the biggest PGA Tour event you can win.
If you can't make it to the Players, let 1010XL bring the Players to you with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates. Teed up by Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors.
The Deck Guys.
And Taco Lou.
Hey, Jacksonville. You know what you get when you play a country song backwards. You get your wife back, your truck back, your dog, your SUV, and your job back. Well, at Garber Auto Mall, you don't have to play the country song backwards. We understand that bad things happen to good people, and we're here to help. With 8 all-American brands, Ford, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Chevy, Buick, GMC, and a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles in stock. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com.
Hey, the Hinson Law Firm and my friend Matt Hinson want you to come and have some fun and make a difference Friday, March 28th at the St. John's Golf and Country Club. That's the night and the location for the Tristan Bailey Foundation Gala. It's a night of giving and kindness. You know the story by now. The party starts at 6. So let me tell you a little bit about that night. Silent and live auctions, dinner, great food, drink, and fun as we remember Tristan and help the Bailey Family Foundation continue to make the huge impact they're making in Northeast Florida. Easy to get tickets, tbstrong.org. That's tbstrong.org. Friday, March 28th, St. John's Golf and Country Club. Hope to see you there. We'll be there. Matt Hinson will be there. So many of those willing to lend a hand. An evening of giving and kindness, the second annual Tristan Bailey Foundation Gala coming up on Friday, March 28th.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com. The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town. Setting a standard in our hometown. Quality service, the best around. Coolidge is the cat that cares about your heating and about your air. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town.
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's exclusive 31-day spring event. Experience superior craftsmanship and timeless design with buy one, get one 40% off custom replacement windows and patio doors. Enjoy the ease of zero down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires March 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Yo, it's your main man, E to the T here. And if you've been injured in an accident, visit my buddy old pal, Dr. McGowan at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. You have 14 days to see a doctor and protect your insurance benefits, even if you're at fault. And no matter what you hear, you have the right to choose your own doctor. And I recommend the team at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. They're auto experts and will guide you every step of the way to ensure the care that you need. Your recovery starts with McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation.
Give us your hot take.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
On the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm awake and I speak English, so yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Be part of the conversation. 641-1010.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boat Cierge experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
When it's time for new tires, you can count on Big Chief Tire for quality and value. Frank Franchi here. Their expert team will help you quickly find the right fit, ensuring a safe, comfortable ride. With quality options, fair prices, and quick installation, you'll be back on the road in no time. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today to schedule your appointment and roll into 2025 with great confidence. Big Chief Tire keeps Jack rolling.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Transform your bathroom with stunning shower glass from Sky Glass Solutions in Jacksonville Beach. For a free quote, call 904-608-5151 or visit skyglasssolutions.com.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. The number 7 Florida baseball team delivered a series sweep against Harvard this weekend after dominating both ends of a doubleheader Saturday. Aiden King dazzled in Game 1 with a career-high 6 shutout, 2-hit innings, and Bobby Bozer smashed a grand slam to finish the matchup 2 for 4. In Game 2, Brody Donay and Brendan Lawson led the way, each slamming 2-run home runs on the way to Florida's 22-6 victory. The Gators remain undefeated against the Crimson as they improve to 15-2 on the season. Florida next faces rival number 6 Florida State tomorrow. FSU is one of 2 remaining undefeated teams following number 1 Tennessee. First pitch tomorrow is set for 6. Listen live on 10:10 a.m. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 67 degrees at 8 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
So I'm going to address the Stephen A. Smith situation real quick. I basically told him we can throw down right now in front of everyone. Let's have at it. Me and you, one-on-one in the middle of the court. And of course, that uncle refused. He don't have that R like I do. I'm him. I was about to give him that Draymond Green special and send his hairline back even further. I told that brother to keep his mouth shut about Bronny before, and he just won't do it. And yes, I know Bronny ain't an NBA level player, and I forced the Lakers to draft him. But you're not
That's when I started saying, okay, this ain't real.
Like that. That brother only acts tough on TV, as you saw. When I stepped up to him, he turned into a golden retriever right away. That unk is soft as charming. Now would Jordan ever do what I did? Probably not. But I'm petty and soft like that, as everyone knows. I'll never be as great as Michael Jordan. So Stephen A. was right about that part. MJ is the GOAT for sure. He might be the GOAT, but I'm the king. And everyone knows a king is better than a goat. Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
That's not real.
But you should see.
But
Jeff,
man, it looks real.
You
And
got to
sounds
see the video.
real.
It's because it's LeBron and it's all his mannerisms and everything.
It was well
It's
done.
dangerous stuff, man.
It is dangerous.
And again, what's going to happen is we're going to get to a crisis
I know.
point in civilization, and something's going to go out, and no one's going to believe it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Look, it was one thing when you could do a fake quote.
Yeah.
We didn't do fake quotes as more as they're going to do with this. So we can really, because you see them politically all the time. You get those all the time.
Right.
From this side or that side and what they're saying, or this world leader or that president or this senator. They run that kind of nonsense all the time too. So
I just did the Florida Gators just have one of the greatest? Well, it is one of them.
Yeah.
I wonder where it
I know what
ranks
you're saying,
in terms of regular seasons. It's one of the top regular seasons.
It's probably third, but unless you get into the.
I mean, the best regular.
You get into your feelings. So the best regular season was Pat Young's team.
Yeah,
They
it was
went
better
undefeated.
than the championship teams.
Yeah,
the regular season because they were 18-0 in conference.
18-0 in the SEC. It only lost like one game all year.
36-3.
So who beat them? They lose the SEC tournament. They must have lost in the tournament.
No,
because they lost to UConn. Who else beat them?
Remember, I think didn't they beat Kentucky 3 times that year? I think they probably lost in the regular 2 in December, and then
I'm just curious. I know one of them was UConn. They lost up at UConn, but I don't know.
Then
who
that
else.
would have been.
Well, who's the second loss? You said undefeated.
Didn't they lose to UConn in the Final Four?
Yeah. Oh, those are the only two? Well,
no,
I'm
and then
saying
one more.
Yeah, but there's a third loss. It's the same. That's what I mean. Whoever that other,
I'll give it to you.
Whatever that other one, is. But yeah, I would say now you could get into your feelings on some other seasons.
Yeah,
like I'll tell you one that was really, really, really a big magical fun to be a part of.
Lost to Wisconsin that year.
Okay.
Lost to Wisconsin.
What? How early in the season was that?
That was their third game of the year.
Okay.
No, second game of the year.
Okay.
59-53 at Wisconsin.
Okay.
And then they lost to Connecticut by 1, 65-64.
Last second shot. And then
Connecticut beat them in the
Wilbekin in the flu, Hick.
63-53.
Wilbekin
17-4 lead we had.
Yeah.
What happened? 17-4.
That's hard. That's harsh. You know what, by the way, we started this whole thing with Robo Tiger. We're ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
All these LeBron things, all these funny things. We did the exact same thing with Robo Tiger years
Y'all
ago.
gotta tell me about this Robo Tiger.
Well, we might have to reinvent him. Maybe
Keep
we'll
hearing
go. Maybe
about that.
we'll go to a Robo LeBron.
Cease and desist.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the Gator basketball team.
There was one point I wanted to make. I'm sorry. Unless you get into your feelings, like for me, I don't know if I'll ever have a regular season like it was like the night. Was it the 89, either 88 or 89? Florida won the SEC for the first time in school history.
Yeah.
Clifford Lett and Ronaldo Garcia and that group. I was on campus then. It was either my last year or my first year as working on down there, and that was just a magical year. That was a little team that didn't have a lot of superstars, but it was a fun watch and it was a good team.
The first Final Four was a great with Billy was great. The Final Four with Lon Kruger was great.
The first,
but those regular seasons.
No,
weren't.
right?
Yeah.
You remember, Norm's that first team that went to the tournament went all the way to the Sweet 16 with Shensis and Moten and Maxwell. It was really super fun, but they weren't all that great in the regular season.
No, but anyway, so this year they were terrific. They're 27-4, and so the SEC tournaments this weekend, they'll get probably the Missouri Mississippi State winner.
Pretty good draw.
It's a good draw, but the first round you're probably playing a team that beat you. That's how tough it is.
Yeah.
You might have to play. It could be could be Missouri, like Bama, and
I think Florida,
Auburn.
Yeah, I think Florida will wax Missouri in their first game. I really do.
Well, Missouri's limping in a little
and
bit.
plus, when I will say this about this team in their response, when Golden really grabs them by the scruff of the neck to get their attention, they've responded.
Yeah.
They haven't lost back-to-back games. They've often responded with
Problem
huge
is,
wins.
it only takes one loss to end it.
I think there's going to be an urgency here. That was senior day the other day, was chock full of impact guys. You know, right? I mean, those three is going to mean an awful lot. It's going to be awful hard to beat the last bit of life out of those dudes. They've really turned that program around down there. I would be shocked if Florida gets upset in the first couple of rounds, only because of this makeup of this roster. And you got guys that know it's their last shot. And I got to be honest with you, if Alex Condon decides it's time to go to the NBA, we kind of that's going to be a big rebuild job down there in Gainesville.
Yeah,
a big reload job at least.
Portal is a beautiful thing.
Well,
apparently.
this guy, I'll say this about Todd.
You know who
he's an unbelievable portal guy. All three of those guys at senior day, all three portal guys.
Yeah.
Will Richard was the first one he went and got. An absolute grand slam. Walter Clayton Jr. last year was a grand slam, and Elijah Martin is a grand slam. He gets guys that they tell you are number 8 or number 12 or number 20, and by the time they're done, they're number 3 or 5 or whatever else was part of those
I'll tell you what, man.
portals.
That Ruben Chinyelu guy.
He's going to be a good player.
He's only a sophomore.
Yeah,
he is a beast,
But
man.
and again, that's a guy that when they signed him out of Washington State with 3 points, 5 rebounds, you went yawn. But he's not yawn. He's going to be he's like, he's going to be an impact player.
They were pumping up the one of their assistants this weekend
for a head coaching job.
Yeah,
it's about time.
I think his dad or his son may be a really good high school player. But anyway, I'm surprised that nobody he's getting a ton of credit for developing the big men, and man, he has developed a big man. I don't know if it's him. I would definitely be interested in that guy. He's done a terrific job. So anyway, but yeah, 27-4, and away we go. Now the madness begins.
They're also Hick. Just it's worth saying. I think they were 15-1 at home this year and 14-1 last year. They're 29-2 at home the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
There are some pieces being put in place that give the message that you're here on solid footing and you're an NCAA tournament year in, year out. Some years better than others for the next however many. But you got to get some tournament success on top of that. You got to have. You can't go in there this year and lose round 2. Not with this team. Not with the ceiling that this team has. You're going to be a 1 seed, man. I saw in Lenardi's bracket. It's not what you want to see. Let me tell you, of all the 8 seeds in all the land that are ever in history going to be an 8 seed, the last one that I would want to face ever this year would be Gonzaga. That would be the absolute worst draw you could possibly get. A team that has top 10 capabilities is not who I want to face.
What about UConn?
I'd much rather face UConn than UConn's a mess. UConn's not having a run this year. They're a mess. They've rallied to an extent. They're winning some games, but I've seen them look so average so many times this year. They are not going to run the gauntlet. No way. And Florida would seem a perfect spot for them to exit if they met. I would rather face UConn than Gonzaga. It doesn't make me right, but that's what I would rather do. Okay. Of course, I saw Gonzaga early in the year and told ET, look out for Gonzaga this year, and they proceeded to not even be ranked. So what do I know?
Yeah.
But I still linger with that thought. That Gonzaga team that I watched early this year win a nice game, one of those early games that we tried and tune you guys into. They looked good to me. I don't want any part of them. Thankfully, if you did face Gonzaga, because they are an 8, not a 4 or a 3, it would at least be back east. Because Florida, there's this. If they're the number 1 seed out west, their first-round games are going to be on the East Coast, Raleigh or somewhere like that. And by the way, while we debate the importance of the SEC tournament and what it's going to mean for seeds, if Florida wins the SEC tournament and beats Alabama, Auburn in the last 2, will they not be the number 1 overall seed in the land? Maybe second behind Duke?
That's a good question. I don't know.
They probably so I don't know what the emphasis is. I do know this. I would expect Florida to play hard to win every game they play for the rest of the year. Why wouldn't you? You're a bunch of 20-year-old kid with boundless energy. Why would you not play? It's not the NBA where you got, 7 years of 82 games on your body.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I get you with the Gonzaga, but I like the I'm not against this bracket. You said you were wary of Texas Tech. You heard a lot about Texas Tech too, but as a 2 seed, Texas Tech, Alabama, Tennessee, or Michigan State, I'd rather play Texas Tech than any of those other 3. I don't want to play Izzo. I don't, bottom line is,
those are 4s. Those aren't 8s.
Oh, those are 2s.
Okay, 2. Well,
bottom line is so much of it comes down to matchups. A lot can happen on the way, so you have to kind of just let it all play out. And you need 2 things to win a national championship, and we've seen this. There's going to be one game where you need the ball to fall or you need to get a stop. There's always one game like that, almost always. And 2, you need a little bit of luck. Oh, this team got knocked out and they would have matched up better with us, but we got this team instead and we had no problem winning that game. So you get those 2 things and you can go win a national.
Well, one thing the
expectation for Florida now should be Final Four.
Well, and there's also this that little play that you said where there's upsets, so 12 is playing 13. You're going to play the winner of the 12-13 game. You need that when you're a 5 seed, a 7 seed. Florida doesn't need any of that. Florida is a 1 seed. Florida will not be an underdog no matter who they play until they get to the Final Four. They don't need anything. They need to go play Florida basketball. They will beat every team they play. If they don't, miss free throws, have a bad day shooting threes, or lackadaisical defensively, or any of the other problems, or give up too many open threes, then they could lose moving forward. But if they lose, it'll be an upset. I promise. They don't need Drake and Indiana to pull upsets. And
Sheets of integrity come out next week. You better get ready, buddy.
I'm ready.
Huh? You better ride those dookies.
Oh, of course.
You better ride those dookies.
I'll fill it out backwards.
It's gonna be fun. All right, we're rocking and rolling. Waiting on the Jags. I don't know. Why don't I have anything yet?
Well, there are other things, Craig. Technically, you're only allowed to tamper today. So if you start admitting and announcing you're tampering, they're just going to push back the day another day, and we'll just do it all again next year. I don't know why the NFL cares about tampering. It's 2025, man. If you want to get word to somebody, there should be tampering. I mean, let's don't all out have it, but yeah, you want to get an idea of what you're going to do, hit the ground running, and that ground is there waiting in the next 24 hours. Going to be a lot of news, a lot. Anyway, quick timeout. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. You're listening to The Drill.
Jaguars football lives here.
Listen, we sticking together.
1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. I've talked about Beaches Dermatology for quite some time, and I've been going to them even longer. Why? Because Dr. Metz and Dr. Boudreaux and Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery are the best. Take good care of you, and they care. They care about your skin. They care about making sure that you protect your skin. And as we get the sun back out here this week and you're going out to TPC, man, do yourself a favor. Get that hat on, protect those ears, maybe a long sleeve dry fit, whatever it takes, sunscreen if need be, but protect that skin in the Florida sunshine, ladies and gentlemen. And if something does show up, look, just go online, make an appointment at the location that serves you best at Beaches Dermatology. They're all great. I go to Solana Road, love the ladies out there. Shout out to all of them. By the way, voted one of the top workplaces of 2025 via the Jacksonville Business Journal. Congratulations to Beaches Dermatology. Doesn't surprise me one bit. BeachesDermatology.com.
Lots of jewelry stores in the town center, but only one is locally owned, Beard's Diamonds.
We're the only local jewelry store at the town center.
That's Jacksonville's John Lupo, owner of Beard's for over 4 decades.
We're entrenched in Jacksonville, Florida.
In a sea of mega chain jewelers, John says it's easy to stand out because he's not handcuffed by a corporate handbook.
I am not beholden to a corporate structure, so we've got flexibility to do whatever we can and want, and we do.
And that includes lowering prices to undercut them every day.
Quality for quality, color for color, everything the same. We should be able to beat them hands down by minimum 20%. We go overseas ourselves. We know exactly what we're buying. This isn't getting marked up in a corporate structure. We will beat anybody's price anywhere.
So before you buy anything at one of those chains, get a second opinion at locally owned Beard's Diamonds. No corporate atmosphere, no corporate rules, no corporate high markups.
We want you to come shop us and you'll see a lot better price here.
Beard's Diamonds.
Everybody gets a good deal at Beard's.
Tired of seeing the signs of aging in the mirror, fine lines, sun damage, redness? They don't have to be part of your future. I'm Dr. Mark Capsule, a board-certified dermatologist, and I can help you look and feel your best without invasive surgery or painful treatments. Imagine rejuvenating your skin in a relaxing, comfortable environment with minimal to no downtime. Smooth out fine lines, even skin tone, and restore that youthful glow. Find out how to look and feel your best at Dermagnify.com. Dermagnify.com.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today. and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
She's seen and heard all over 1010XL's video and social channels.
Whether the big cats are at the bank or on the road, I'm there too. Follow my updates all season long, on air and online.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Your hole-in-one for men's health is Ackerman Urology. With offices in Mandarin, Middleburg, World Golf Village, and the beaches, Ackerman will get you on par for any prostate conditions and sexual vitality. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
Choose C for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. They can transform your backyard with fire pits, pergolas, screen enclosures, and outdoor kitchens. And CSS handles the entire project from start to finish. You dream it, they build it. CSSOutdoor.com.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
All right, let's bring in our guy, Freddie T. Get some, I got a couple questions for Freddie T this morning. I'd like to ask him.
He's the answer man.
Get his opinion. I value his opinion. I want to know about his opinion. I want to start with NFL free agency, Freddie. And I want to ask you this question. By the way, good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, Fred.
Good you guys, man. I miss you.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, come see us. Come hang out in the studio with us.
Anytime.
We'll go.
Standing invitation.
Afterwards, we'll go out to a seafood dinner. Anyway.
Don't I work with this every day. It's crazy. A bit crazy.
Free agency, man. Is it fool's gold? What are your thoughts? What are you looking for in terms of free agency? And if a guy's a free agent, that means his team's willing to let him leave. So there might be a reason they're willing to let him leave. How do you look at free agency overall, Fred?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. It's a little bit of that. It's a little fool's gold. Just go directly to Myles Garrett's situation.
Yeah.
He said, I'm tired of losing. I want to get out. And then you put $40 million in my face, and that just changes, everything. And,
I love it here.
I don't mind losing for $40 million. We can try to work through this thing, but I'm going to need you guys to be committed, make big free agent moves. And as it pertains to Cleveland, I don't know how they're going to do that with that money they got sitting on the books with Deshaun and then now paying Myles. Yeah, it's a long way before they win, in my opinion. But, free agency is just that, man. It's a bit of fool's gold. You look to try and stack your roster, fill voids, what have you, to make your team better. And you never really know until, the season gets going. We anticipate those moves are the right ones. And, again, not until the season gets, 8 weeks, 9 weeks in, will determine what that actually looked like. And then you got injuries to deal with, so forth and so on. But it's an exciting time of the year. You look at guys getting their paydays. A year ago this time, people were wondering if Trevor, if his contract was, warranted, was he overpaid, all that sort of stuff. But then you turn around and look at, what Dak got, what Josh Allen just received yesterday. And as Jaguars fans, you know, at this time of the year, you're going to say, man, we're hoping that Trevor performs up to the ability that this contract looks like a discount and he gets another bigger bite at the apple. That's what all the Jaguars fans should be screaming right now for Trevor as opposed to the latter. But free agency is always exciting, man. You see guys move about, guys earn their take. Josh, MVP, obviously, pay grade, upgrade, deserved. So as Saquon he got a raise, and a few of these other guys changing locations. Devontae Adams now is back home in L.A. I believe this is his sign of saying, look, I'm back home in L.A., 2-year deal. I'll be okay retiring here.
How pressing in your ranking, Fred? If you look at let's look at corner, interior offensive, interior defense, and now I think let's don't understate what we have now at receiver. I mean, we have a big hole at receiver in my mind, even though we have a number one. But which of those four in free agency do you think they can make knowing the talent that's available, right? Which one of those is most important to you to see fixed here in these next couple of days before we move on to that second wave and the draft?
You know, I thought they made some decisive moves in trying to trim down the roster and, you know, shave a lot of the fat and get a clearer view at the salary cap and, you know, saying these guys are expendable, the guys that they did release. You know, behind the scenes, there possibly some trade talks for several players. I think the most pressing need now after Morris's announcement about retiring is it seems to me you will have to address the interior offensive line. You know, you want to make sure you have some depth there as well as players that are solid starters that can get it done for you. And then after that, receiver, certainly, and then cornerback, in my opinion. Cornerback, secondary, something like that. But, yeah, I mean, right now it just seems like there are holes everywhere. But I think the more pressing need, in my opinion, seems to be at the offensive line.
Yeah, especially with by the way, the over came in quick, Freddie. Over under 1.5 on how many new offensive linemen would be here. That came in awful quick.
There you go.
Yeah,
right?
we're already at 2 and counting. Maybe it's 2.5. Maybe that's the ultimate number.
Yeah,
we'll see.
And you know the timing of it. Yeah, things like I don't know if it came as a shock to the team, you know, or we just got the announcement late out in the public media. But yeah, that leaves a void for the Jaguars, you know, in the offensive front. I mean, you go out there and you sign a guy. Just bring some veteran leadership in, and, you know, in the snap of a finger, you know, he's off to retirement. His decision, had a great career, but yet still leaves a void up there in the front.
Fred, I'm sure you, along the way, at all levels of football, you've had temperamental teammates. Like, what's the balance of it? I'm thinking of DK Metcalf, and he joins Pickens, and each of those guys have shown at least some temperamental tendencies from here or there. Like, what is that? What's that line of talent versus temperamental, and when, you know, too much of one can overshadow the other?
It comes down to coaching.
Yeah.
You know,
managing
guys,
it. Yeah.
Right, correct. I mean, because you saw a little bit of that in A.J. Brown this year.
Sure.
You know, just wanting those opportunities. Feel like he works his tail off in the offseason, and he gets out there, he gets open, and then the ball isn't coming his way. But, you know, after wins help, I mean, if you're losing and you do that, obviously I would never do it, blow up like that. But if you're losing and you do it, sometimes you're like, man, give him the ball. You know, I wouldn't say it's justified, but, you know, I can understand the frustration if you're losing. But if you're winning and you do it, I'm like, come on, dude, you're winning. That's why we're out here to influence, and you take the pressure off me, I take the pressure off you, vice versa. But I think it comes down to coaching, that leadership, patience from the head coach and the staff, knowing that they can get the best out of this guy. I think Mike Tomlin is a guy who could actually get the best out of a DK Metcalf or George Pickens. Otherwise, Pickens probably wouldn't be in the NFL right now. He's very temperamental.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it comes down to the coaches, their philosophies, how much patience they have, and how much they're willing to tolerate in order to, you know, get a championship.
I wanted to ask you about DJ Lagway. get your opinion on this. So DJ Lagway, sensational last year as a true freshman. Gators were 6-0 in all the games that he started and finished. He only lost one start, and that was when he got hurt early against Georgia. And really played with a, beat up a little bit. But interesting to me that the Gators start spring practice this week, and he's going to be very limited in spring ball. Now, spring ball is not that big a deal, but lingering shoulder issue kind of raises red flags for me, should it? Their last game was in December, mid-December. We're in March. If it's lingering, my mind is like, why hasn't it been fixed? Does he need surgery? If he does, I don't want him missing. I mean, he's the whole key to Florida's season next year. And Billy Napier has not had good luck with getting his quarterbacks through seasons. So maybe he's being extra cautious. Maybe it's no big deal, but should it be a big deal? Should I be concerned, Fred Taylor, about a lingering shoulder injury with my star young quarterback?
Certainly is a red flag. I mean, you called it out. It's 3 months since they've played. The spring is a huge part of developing that foundation. This is where you start pouring the cement, and then in the summer you expect that cement to dry. And as the season goes, each win you're building week to week. Hopefully at the end of the year you have a nice mansion. You can lay back in. But yeah, it's very, it's not the end of the day or overly alarming, but I would certainly, poke a red flag there, and keep my eye on it. DJ is the guy who is still developing. When you look at his mechanics, he just kind of flicks the ball. He's not always stepping into his throws, but he's still getting them out there. So I'm only imagining that, if he were able to use this spring, and get those reps, and then also work on his mechanics and developmental habits, then that would make him all that much better, for the guys throughout the season. So I don't know, the medical staff or the professionals, the coaches, they will hedge more on the side of caution than running him out there when they really don't need him per se to win a game. But I still believe that the spring has always been a fun time of the year for the guys, a time when you're bonding, you're out there, you're improving, you want to show you're excited to be back out there, first of all, from a long season, to show, hey, I got it, I'm looking forward to these opportunities. So certainly one to pay attention to as the season progresses.
Freddie, if you are the Pittsburgh Steelers, where are you doing at quarterback? We've heard Aaron Rodgers' name pop up here a little bit. Sam Darnold is a younger option that's there. They still have Fields and Wilson, who doesn't feel like they've completely cut ties with, but at the same time doesn't feel like it would be them. You've added Metcalf and Pickens. I wonder if the plan now shifts to Aaron Rodgers, and can he, does he have a year or two in him? At some point, every NFL team learns this the hard way. You got to draft and develop your quarterback. You're very rarely getting that difference maker on team 2 or 3. It can happen, but it's not very likely. And then they haven't done that since Roethlisberger. But in the meantime, they've got a decent roster. They're around 500. Where do you think they go at quarterback? What would you do with those options?
I would explore Sam Darnold based on, his turnaround season a year ago. It seems that he's, in terms of accuracy and being able to get the ball to those type of playmakers and Metcalf and Pickens, it seems to me that Darnold would be the early candidate. Fields, he's been on the roster, not necessarily known for having the best arm, but he has escapability when things break down. So he'll give you a little bit of what Russ gave you last year. I don't believe they have the best offensive line, which means you're going to have a quarterback that can move around and escape the pocket here and there. I don't believe Aaron Rodgers possessed that anymore at this stage in his career. Certainly still a Hall of Fame player, long ways from his Pro Bowl seasons. And he's, what they used to call me, he's fragile. One hit can probably end a career for you. Now you're back at, what you have on the roster now, which is Fields. But I like Sam Darnold, man, and his resurgence. I believe he gives you the best opportunity. Not sure if his camp is willing to take a 1-year deal, because it seems that maybe it's a 1 or a 2-year deal for someone like a Sam Darnold. But yeah, I'm glad I don't have to make that call right now. But again, they're loaded all the way across the board. Defense is stacked. The offensive positions, they're stacked. That running back, they have a nice duo back there. So, yeah, quarterback is the missing link for that team. They'll be back in the playoffs if they could iron that position out.
I think Sam Darnold is going to go to Seattle. It's the kind of feeling that I'm getting as I read all this stuff and see what's going on. We'll see how that plays out for him. But yeah,
that's not a bad call at all.
Yeah,
it's not a bad call at all. It was seen that what is it, Mike McDaniels?
Yeah,
over there. Yeah, that
McDonald. Yeah,
McDonald. I'm sorry, McDonald.
They were 10-7, and they were 10-7, and they. Obviously moved Geno.
They can run the ball now.
If
Walker and Charbonnet are healthy, buddy, that's a pretty good tandem too.
Yeah, I think the Geno move, getting some draft lottery was some capital for them was, I believe in terms of building for the future. It doesn't look like a right now move because Geno, in his 5 years there, 3 or 5 years. Geno's had 4,300, 4,200, 3,900.
Yeah.
And he protects the ball. He's not a big turnover machine. I think the Raiders made off good with that move and getting him back.
Pete Carroll, right? Yeah.
With Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think Sam Darnold, Seattle, Pittsburgh, I would think those two teams would be at the forefront of signing him. And then Minnesota has to figure out, what are they going to do?
All right, Freddie, appreciate you as always. Already looking forward to next week. We will we'll have a week's worth of free agency under the belt. Jack's going to do something, and it's always enlightening to get your opinion on it. So appreciate you, my man.
All right, guys. Speak soon, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Freddie.
All right, there he goes. That's the Monday morning running back. That's Fred Taylor. Hicken, if you know me, you've worked with me for so many years. Well, that's like my biggest, one of my biggest pet peeves in sports. Like what's like one of the and I can think back to guys along the way, and it just chaps my behind. Is there one
underachievers?
Underachievers annoy the crud out of me.
Underachievers.
Yeah,
throw that tag on
big, or guys hit flash and then don't withstand. And guys, I got one of those from PGA Tour after watching that self-vomit session yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got one of those now.
All right.
Yeah, this guy's persona non grata. He's gonna take the pound. Who was it last year I pounded? Was it Shoffley? Doing all that talking.
Then he won 2 majors.
Yeah. Yes, he won 1 major, I think.
Spurred him.
Yeah.
No, 2.
Shoffley. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he won 2.
Yeah. So maybe this guy can get that same bounce.
Get him going. All right.
Can get that same bounce. But this, like Shoffley, I was more banging on the fact that he was complaining they hadn't made enough money, right? So
yeah.
This guy is more like how I felt about Andy Roddick. Andy Roddick retired with about 6 majors fewer than he should have won based on his talent in the competition. And I'm wondering that about this dude.
Okay.
Here in TPC Week, why not? Next, that and more. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. We're live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The world will be watching Ponte Vedra.
And the Scheffler victory train just keeps on rolling.
Get live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
Teed up by Roundtree Sauce,
Surfside Pools,
and Performance Painting
on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local women-owned solar company. At Clay Solar, we're more than just panels and power. We're about people. We make the switch to clean energy simple, stress-free, and built to last. If you've had a bad experience with solar in the past, we can help. We specialize in dependable solutions and top-notch customer service, so you can finally enjoy the savings and sustainability you deserve. Schedule your free consultation at claysolar.com.
To be any happier to be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, man, that's how you're going to be treated when you visit the beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out what I'm talking about, man. From Justin Moore on down, great people. Great people. They're there to help you achieve your car goals. You know me, I got my car goals. I got my boy blue, my blue Silverado. I love it. And if you want a truck, you want a car, you want an SUV, electric, pre-owned, George Moore Chevrolet's got them all. And by the way, you should go to morechevy.com first. Look at all the vehicles. That's more with an E because it's easy to navigate. Sales, service, and parts as well. Never been more easy to use. It's George Moore Chevrolet, gang, and together, let's drive.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The Drill.
From the divorcemenonly.com studios.
Ahead, we build platforms for digital business. We help create your platform for digital business by weaving together advances in cloud infrastructure, intelligent operations, and modern applications. Digital business is comprised of 5 pillars. We call them imperatives because they're a must-have, not a nice-to-have. We enterprise cloud, integrated security, scaled DevOps, intelligent operations, and relentless automation. Need help with digital transformation? Ahead. Learn, grow, achieve.
Soccer continues to grow on the First Coast, and so does the need for better coverage. Join Cole Pepper, Mauricio Ruiz, and Becky Burley
On the Sporting Jack Soccer Hour. Tuesday nights at 6.
on 10:10 a.m.
What's happening, folks? Twin Peaks is the best thing in the game happening right now. Here, your favorite drops are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights, too. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that cooks the food that you want your way? They coming in the clutch every time. The #1 sports bar. Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials and drafts, cocktails, and shots. Holla at my folks at Twin Peaks. Tell them ET sent you.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS right here in Jacksonville is the only hair transplant clinic in the country that offers multi-unit hair grafting, FUE NeoGraft hair transplants, and the 45-minute effective PRP treatments.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
Thank you, IHRS.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Schedule a free evaluation and find out how to grow your hair back and keep the hair you have. Call 904-777-IHRS. Take the first step to restoring your hair today. Visit hairforme.com.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years.
Call now for a free in-person or virtual evaluation. 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic!
You're what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow. I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
Wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
When you hear Florida Gators baseball on 1010XL, it's brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Florida Gators, and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. 1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Me, I'm super.
Oh, to be Josh Allen. There's no Hines in that name. 6 years, $330, $250 guaranteed.
I would have written some provisions. My provisions are to Lamar, to Josh Allen, to the Ravens, to the Bills, to Burrow, to the Bengals. I got to start to put, I got to put a manhood provision in there. And until y'all stop sissying up every time the Chiefs walk into the building, like the big bad wolf just showed up, you should all be. Now that I've completely, Dan, digested Chiefs football for the last 6 years, I'm left less than impressed by the moxie of the quote AFC power structure. Yeah, I'm because I watched Mahomes and these dudes go off and play the NFC team, and they don't have a problem beating the hell out of them. They don't have one problem at all getting all to Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't do anything magical against the Bucs or the Eagles, did he? And then the other ones, by the way, were just, overtime, right down to it. It's time for Josh Allen to go earn that money, Joe Burrow to go earn that money, and Lamar Jackson to go earn that money. And sure, Trevor and anyone else who has gotten anywhere near that. But those three have been close. And to Burrow's credit, he's gotten him once. But, something needs – let's hope that the Eagles did one thing, and that's in this Kansas City dynasty. Hey, somebody's got to give the AFC some sort of beacon of – because this choke factor that the AFC is throwing up against the Chiefs is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But, listen, if you got to take you got to take a general into battle. Josh Allen is a pretty good one to have for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer move. He's been a terrific player. He's an easy-to-follow kid. He's a likable leader. Got to go win, though, man.
As the quarterback carousel spins, we'll start to see who goes where and what happens. And Aaron Rodgers and everybody wants. Somebody has already tweeted out this morning, again, names I'm hearing in Tennessee, Zach Wilson and Mac Jones. So I don't know if they're going to compete with Levis.
I'd rather have Levis than those two.
Yeah. So it's interesting how clubs can honestly, try to sell certain guys to their fan base. One thing about the NFL, man, it's an expensive sport to be a part of.
It's funny as we have these conversations, as much as Trevor needs to grow and get better, and we expect that of him, it's still, when you really have these conversations, it does give you the level of security blanket we at least have at that position.
Yeah.
You don't feel like, oh, my God, we're never winning with this. Oh, my God, is he ever going to be not terrible, right?
Right.
And that's what the Titans are doing right now. That's what so many teams are doing. What are the Colts going to do at quarterback, Dan?
Yeah. What are they?
Where are they going to be?
So they were going to bring somebody in.
Yeah, who?
A viable candidate to compete with Anthony Richardson.
Let me know. Back in 2020 at the PGA Championship, this young golfer, just 23 at the time, outdueled Dustin Johnson down the stretch and won the PGA by 2 shots for his first major.
Yeah.
The very next year at the Open, some 3 majors later, now at the age of 24, he outdueled Jordan Spieth down the stretch to win the Open Championship.
Wow.
So at 23 over Dustin Johnson, at 24 over Jordan Spieth. And by the way, in 2020 and 21, Jordan Spieth and Dustin Johnson were really, really good, top of the world golfers.
I'll even add to that. I believe it was his first start at the PGA and his first start at the Open, and he won both of those, which basically never happens.
Okay, he followed up that Open Championship with a European championship, which in that case Matthew Fitzpatrick finished second. He won again at the Workday. Oh no, that's the one I just. Here's winning a tournament with Brooks Koepka and Victor Hovland as the runner-up, but he hasn't won a golf tournament since 2023. The Zozo Championship, where it was a more palatable matchup. He was able to hold off Eric Cole and Bo Hostler. But I'm talking to you, Colin Morikawa, as you walk out to the driving range today. Hey, buddy, you're rapidly becoming the Andy Roddick of the golf world to me. And you can't be up 3 on the back 9 at Bay Hill and throw up all over yourself and lose and be considered anyone of any sort of legacy ceiling. I'm done with you, man.
Oh, no.
Yesterday was the last straw. Count me out on Colin, Morikawa soft. from now on. I can't back this horse when it comes time to put him into the starting gates, because no matter how he flashes out or where he runs to, he's going to give it away at the end. And give credit to Russell Henley. He had an excellent chip in on 16, but watching Morikawa at 11 and Henley and the Chasers at 8, and they're already, by the way, on like the 13th or 14th hole. I mean, Morikawa blew his 3-shot lead in the last 4 or 5 holes.
Yeah.
And it just the squeezy, choky, limpy finish just made me think, I'm tired of getting behind these guys who win a major. He's won 2 majors by the age of 24, only Tiger and Spieth. And then again, it's been a year and a half since he's won anything, and that was the Zozo.
Yeah, and it bothered me yesterday because Bones was on, and he was like, I just want to say that it's not really Morikawa who lost the tournament. It's that Russell Henley won it. That's not how I saw it.
Russell Henley had a nice pitch in for
Great
eagle.
Pitch.
But you know what?
That's a birdie hole.
Yeah, but
Morikawa parred that hole.
And with a tester coming back, that's correct. What did he do? He choked, squeezed, drove it into the bunker.
Yeah.
What did Henley do? Bink, right down the middle.
Yeah.
Went from the bunker. What does he do? He hits it, where did he go? He went way. He had to lay up, right?
I don't know. I didn't see that part.
What did he do?
I will say
there?
this.
That was a birdie putt, though.
I did notice this. They always tell you, and this just accentuates, as if we need this, the greatness of one Eldrick Woods. But yesterday they were talking about, what were there, like 2 birdies on 18 the whole day? Did not, in my memory, Jeff Prosser, Tiger Woods birdie 18 every year at Bay Hill to win, seemingly?
I think one of those was a par, but yeah, he would have that long, slow
breaker
to the right.
Yeah,
it was always that putt.
Every time he made it.
He's done that.
And he always would hit it within, by the way, the approach shot was always 15 feet, not 47 feet.
Yeah, this just in. We witnessed.
Well, I know, but I mean, didn't he win Bay Hill like 8 times?
Yes. 7, I think. 7 or 8.
Well, whatever.
You're
But,
right.
I mean, it's one of those courses that he...
Right, it's that.
But it's seemingly, to me...
Torrey.
He made a putt on 18 and maybe it's only a couple times. But I was just thinking that yesterday when they're talking, this 18's impossible. I'm like, what do you mean it's impossible? I watch Tiger year after year after year.
Right. But again, and maybe Morikawa falls into this category, but when you win 2 majors by 24 within a calendar year, there's an expectation. You have a ceiling that's a lot higher than not doing anything again for the next 4 years and just choking away golf tournaments down. Now, he didn't have a major choke moment. But you can't lose a 3. And by the way, it's worse when you lose a 3-shot lead to the guy who's in your group. You're watching him do it. You're keeping tabs on him. You can play match play. And the fact that you can't close out Russell Henley, say goodbye to Colin Morikawa being anything special. Colin Morikawa at his peak will be Dustin Johnson, which is a good player, but you keep waiting for the next generational guy. And as great as Scheffler's been, as much as dominated, those 2 major titles don't scream anything special.
All right, I'm looking up Tiger's history here. In 2000, he beat Davis Love by 4. So, no, there was nothing on 18 there.
Yeah.
2001, he beat Mickelson, made a birdie at the last after his wayward tee shot was headed out of bounds, hit a fan. They threw it back in the middle of the fairway, and he made his birdie. 2002, beat Michael Campbell by 4. 2003, he beat Faxon, Sink, Kenny Perry, and Kirk Triplett by 11.
Oh, my gosh.
2008, beat Bart Bryant with a 24-foot bomb at the last hole.
Okay, that's 2.
So that's 2.
Yeah, I know he had his last time he won there.
2009, Woods beat Sean O'Hare by 1 with a birdie at the last. So that's 3.
And that's a hard hole, by the way.
2012,
they make a mess of it.
He beat Graham McDowell by 5. So 2013, held off Ricky Fowler.
He won his most recent one.
So 3 times.
No, he did it. When's the last time he won? At Bay Hill.
At Bay Hill, 13.
That's it? He didn't win one just here back a few years ago when he had the hot year?
Maybe this was done years ago.
Okay.
So maybe he did.
I thought, because I thought
I think it said 8 times. He's won 8 times at AP at Arnold.
Okay.
Oh, no, 9. Ranking 9 victories at Bay Hill. So, yeah, maybe he won 1 more.
I'm pretty sure the last one, whatever year that was, but when the last year that he won, which was more like the round 20, his second iteration. Let me see, though. Let me make sure I'm not off my rocker here. No, that was it. 13 is the last time he won
13
it.
was the last time.
It gets away from you.
Yeah.
Scheffler's won it a couple of times. Bryson DeChambeau won it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good tournament. Hey, breaking this morning after the Blockbuster acquisition of DK Metcalf, John Frisello reporting the Steelers are now expected to trade George Pickens. So, any interest in George Pickens here?
No.
Nah.
I got to say no, man. And I got to say because I couldn't do it.
I don't want that mess in my locker room. No way, no how.
What was it? What did our guys say about our players? What do they got to have? Some kind of intangibles?
Yeah.
Rich?
Intangibly rich.
Intangibly rich? George Pickens ain't intangibly rich. Is that fair to say?
It's fair.
I mean, I like, he's a great talent, but he ain't intangibly rich. That's for dadgum sure.
No, he brings the bad he's intangibly poor. He brings the bad intangibles. He brings all of that nonsense without, by the way, there's a lot of guys walking around that can flash a huge play. Right. A lot of guys.
Right.
And
Keelan Cole.
Right. You get a guy like him and he flashes his play for a week or two. Give me the 100. Give me the 100-yard games for Pickens in his 2 or 3 years in the league.
Yeah.
What's that total? 3? I mean, it's always just like waiting on or just short of or, right?
This is a funny one. We'll head to break with a 9 o'clock nasty on deck.
Oh, boy.
Adam Schefter,
yes.
Yeah, Schefter,
yes.
The gray one?
He's gray. He's got jaundice.
Buffalo now has re-signed its
Not
longest
funny.
tenured player, long snapper Reed Ferguson, to a 4-year extension. Reed Ferguson, wow, I got a Shefty tweet. #blessed.
Son of SNL Jeopardy champion Turd Ferguson.
Yes.
Back with more next. This is The Drill. It's Monday Morning Quarterback.
Big moment. Play-by-play is full of plot twists.
Did that just happen?
And high-octane drama.
And this game is tied.
Experience the most play-by-play sports on 1010XL.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Garber Auto Mall is home of the lifetime warranty. Every new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Ford comes with a lifetime warranty. At Garber Auto Mall, your purchase is covered for life. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Hey, in a world where chains seem to take over, it's awesome to have a locally owned retailer who's only focused on Jacksonville. That's Beard's Diamonds. Yes, Beard's Diamonds. Listen, we have a lot of jewelry stores in the town center. They're owned by big Wall Street companies. I love Jacksonville because Jacksonville takes care of their own, and Beard's Diamonds is our own, right? The Lupo's been around for 40 years plus. Beard's Diamonds is local. Beard's Diamonds will take care of us, too. And they run circles around the big chains. Massive diamond inventory, top bridal brands, strongest warranties. And most importantly to you, the consumer, they win on price every day. They don't have extra markups to please Wall Street or pay commission salespeople. In fact, and this is the lead, Beard's guarantees to beat any national chain store on price. So you don't buy anywhere until you get that second opinion at Beard's, all right? Absolutely. Don't buy a diamond in Jacksonville without seeing your best option at Beard's Diamonds. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Yo, 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 it's your boy E to the T here, and I know that getting into an accident is stressful, but getting the proper care doesn't have to be. That's why I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. Even if you're at fault, your insurance covers you. And remember, you have the right to choose your own doctor. Even a minor accident can cause whiplash for years if it goes untreated. So don't wait. Call the auto accident experts at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. Your recovery starts today.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
My name is Joanne. I'm 75 years old, and I have lost 35 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. I was pre-diabetic. I was ready to go on cholesterol medication. My blood pressure was up even on medication. Now I have no need for cholesterol medication. My blood sugar is fine, and I actually am cutting down on my blood pressure medicine. I have knee replacements and hip replacements, and I had difficulty walking, and now I can walk without any problem. I feel lighter. I feel more energetic. It is a lifestyle that will help you to lose weight without medication.
Thanks, Joanne.
Matt Hayes here. Stories like Joanne's are the reason I continue to share the Awaken 180 message. The results speak for themselves, and I'm confident you'll have the same success if you let them show you how. Do what Joanne did, what I did, and what over 24,000 others have done, and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town, setting the standard in our hometown. Quality service, the best around. Coolidge is the cat that cares about your heating and about your air. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Jasmine Cross, senior flag football and basketball player at Fletcher High. Jasmine was all-conference last year and is a member of the National and Spanish Honor Societies. Congratulations, Jasmine.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Go to WM.com/Duval.
Pizza the Tea here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch? From lunch to late night, only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Stick around after the sunset, and Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites. Come on, somebody.
Frank Frangie here. When you're inside the Kuhn Flowers showroom, you'll find a wide array of gift ideas that will take care of any gift-giving situation. Spend a few minutes there, and you'll see for yourself. That's Kuhn Flowers on Beach Boulevard.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. The number 5 Gators men's basketball team dominated Ole Miss by 19 Saturday in their regular season finale. Walter Clayton Jr. led the way, scoring 23 and nailing 5 three-pointers to help lift the Gators to victory. Florida is the number 2 seed in the SEC tournament, which begins Wednesday. The Gators have a bye through the first 2 rounds and return to action Friday for the conference quarterfinals. The number 7 Florida baseball team goes up against the 2 remaining undefeated teams in college baseball this week. Tomorrow, the Gators travel to take on number 6 FSU, then cap the week with a 3-game series against number 1 Tennessee. First pitch tomorrow is set for 6. Listen live at 10:10 a.m. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 67 degrees at 8 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill. We're wasting time. Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
I'm going to try to figure this one out, and I know I'm somewhat biased in this. But if you remember the draft last year, the June baseball draft, I kept wondering why Jack Caglione was drafted like 5th overall. I was like, it didn't make sense to me. The guy had a phenomenal hitting year. I didn't think he was going to ever pitch. I didn't think he was going to be a two-way. He's a hitter, and he's having a nice little spring. He's got 3 home runs already for Kansas City, and he's hitting well. And I keep envisioning the Royals with Bobby Witt Jr. batting 2nd and Jack Caglione batting 3rd, and that being a young, really good little 1-2 punch, and seeing what the Kansas City Royals are able to do. But, Caglione is hit another home run yesterday, and he's hitting them a long way.
How many does he have in the
He's got
spring?
3 in the
Okay,
spring.
that's a good number. Well, he's probably playing more. I know the Braves, like frontline guys, only got 16, 18 at bats. So
yeah.
You got 2 or 3 homers.
I don't know how much he's
hit him every 5 to 8 at bats. You're doing
whatever,
pretty good.
but and if you remember,
are they talking about him being starting the year at the major league level, or do we know yet? Have you looked? I haven't looked that up
this year.
Yeah,
I think the plan was for him to be 26, and then it's probably been moved up a little bit.
Because you saved like service time.
Yeah,
It's one of those deals.
I mean, I would suspect he'll start this year in the minors, but I think he could be called up pretty quickly.
We'll say this for major league teams. They seem to have moved off of holding a guy for 30 or 40 games just to save that year. It's just so disrespectful to the player. It just sets a bad tone moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it the Cubs did that with? Was it Chris Bryant? But
Yes.
since then, like there's been like the Braves could have done it with a couple of guys. They didn't. They brought him up and played him.
And the kid had a good year, but I was again, and this is maybe goes along the lines of Major League Baseball doesn't care about first baseman, and Caglione may be a corner outfielder. I don't know, but they drafted the second baseman 1st overall. Remember the Bazana kid? And I was like, why would you? I mean,
he's kind of little. The Oregon State.
He
right?
had a really good
year
of the minor league.
Yeah, it was going to be really putting
season,
contact
but
on the ball. That just sounds like kind of a punch and Judy leadoff hitter, though.
I don't know, man. I guess
it's awful. Well, we talked about the whole way.
I know.
When he was up there with the Cagliones and those top prospects, you wondered, what is it about? And what's the Georgia kid's name? I forget him fast. Condon. Where'd he go?
I think he went to the Rockies, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, boy, hit a lot of home runs out there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that was last year.
I mean, Colorado gets average baseball players into the Hall of Fame. I mean, Todd Helton's in, Dale Murphy's not. You do the math there.
Oh, dear.
It's called Denver.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's no world where Todd Helton was a better baseball player than Dale Murphy, but the Hall of Fame voters don't know all that.
Oh, gosh.
Let me ask you this. If the would you rather sign DJ Reed? You can only sign one of the two, DJ Reed or Chris Godwin?
DJ Reed.
If you signed DJ Reed, would you at any... So you're telling me Tet McMillan no longer has that can't miss top 5 kind of ceiling? They've cooled on that?
No, I think he's.
Can you take him number 5 overall? I'm really I'm lustful for if I can lock down the corner job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lustful to add like a young, you've got them both under rookie deals. They're not affecting your salary for the next few years.
Mm-hmm.
If you can give me my opposite starter with any kind of ceiling like Brian Thomas Jr., and I've got 2 of those, why would I go anywhere else?
Well, you'd go somewhere else if you have a better player available at the number 5 spot. But I'm not against that either. I like what you're thinking. And if he is Drake London,
yes, imagine
5 would
those
be
2.
fine.
Listen, you go from being a big question mark to 3 young dudes, Trevor, Thomas, and McMillan in this case, who are there. You're done. You don't have anything to worry about. You're not worried about restructuring. You're not doing about anything but these guys getting better and growing together. And it could be like a Harrison Reggie Wayne deal, right? It could be and if you addressed corner, as bad as the D-line has been, I got to think they're better than they played. With just putting guys in the right position, playing the rotations better, Mason Smith being a year older and better. I about had it with Devon Hamilton. I don't know if the injury just completely cut off his progress, but he's just not been that same, quote, bright prospect. But this is a draft, Dan, that seems like it is most bountiful on the interior lines, both offensive line and defensive line. There are a lot of dudes on the interior offensive and defensive line with draft grades that you can get in rounds 3, 4, 5, 6, that if you take the right one could be an impact player even immediately. So, I mean, there's a part of you that you guys throw the tight end at me, and if he's Gronk, yeah, you should get him.
Yeah.
But to have that second receiver locked in, it would just be such perfect timing from their age and their contract situation, right? You get them, quote, relatively cheap at a very expensive position.
The Adam Schnipner is going to be busy here.
Schefter, yes.
What is it?
Schefter.
Yeah. Schechter is going to be busy these next few weeks. While the Steelers and Jets wait to see where Justin Fields will choose to play. I did not know he had offers. I guess the Jets are after him, and the Steelers would like to keep him. The free agent quarterback is in Dubai this morning, as he posted on Instagram. Justin Fields in Dubai.
From the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, y'all need to change the clock in the studio. Tori just said it's 8 o'clock. Listen, pal, I changed that. E.T., I do yeoman's work. I'm a foxhole guy when it comes to that clock.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only person that's changed that clock in 10 years.
I would agree with that.
Because I come in Monday after the
And
times
we've also had
change.
the same clock, I think, since we've been here.
Since the old days.
Yeah.
And by the way, you know what I did this time? I took the extra touch, Dan. You see, like the down to the second.
You got it nailed?
Matches the master control clock in there where he is.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
terrific.
We had all kinds of fun this morning.
Yeah, you know what I noticed?
So anyway, yes.
You know what I noticed
Tori
in the
must have
spring?
looked at her watch, which she didn't reset.
You know what I noticed in the spring ahead world?
I don't like it one bit.
That a lot of the clocks and stuff change on their own now.
Yeah, my truck
In the
clock
old
didn't.
days, you used to have to go around and change this and
You
change
still
that.
got to change the microwave in the oven, though.
Yeah.
Microwave in the oven. My car, I still have to change. It didn't automatically update.
I guess mine did.
And by the way, I wish I had changed all this before because it was a bit of a grind having to drive in and look at the clock. It says 4:20 instead of 5:30.
I was telling my wife yesterday as we were headed to church. I said this. I remember this distinctly. It was one of those spring ahead fallbacks. I can't remember which one, and I forgot. And I walk up to go to church. And why are all these people leaving church? Was that service that long?
You've done it before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've been there before and seen the old lady walk
blew
in.
it. I was like, oh. Boy.
I've done it this way. We've never been that one. I've always been aware of it.
It's almost impossible to do that now, though. But maybe it's not.
Yesterday was one of those that kind of got past the goalie.
Yeah.
It felt like that one snuck up on us a little bit.
Yeah.
But I've been sitting in church before and seen that poor, elderly woman come walking in when church about 10 minutes from me. I was thinking she's early.
I was the elderly woman. Is what I was. I saw a good show this weekend. I'll throw it out there.
Okay, is it the basketball show?
Of what?
The girl. I've heard good things about the Kate Hudson. Is it Kate Hudson or is it Kelly Coco? I get them confused.
I don't know.
She owns a basketball team, an NBA team. Have you seen that one yet?
No.
Supposedly really good. I've heard good
is
things.
It a series?
Yeah,
or
like
is
Netflix. It's like a Netflix limited series.
I watched 0 Day.
Yeah, I'll say that's a De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
I thought it was good.
We just watched a show. I think I told you.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is.
About 6 or 7 episodes, not too bad, about a former president investigating a 0-day cyber attack in the U.S. So, it was a good cast, and
sure,
I enjoyed it.
It's that TV watching time of the year, man. Shows and movies. We're watching way too much. One thing that streaming has done is it makes you watch more bad movies than you ever watch in your life.
One of the actresses on it.
On 0 Day.
Yeah, you ever notice, like, sometimes you'll see an actor or actress, and you hadn't seen them in a long time, and all of a sudden they got old?
Yeah.
Or they're playing the role now they're playing the role of a dad or a grandfather.
Right.
And this was one of the actresses who...
I'm going to tell you who's like that for me when you're done.
Okay, do you know who Joan Allen is? Do you know that name?
Joan Allen?
Yeah.
That's not the... I know the name. I can't picture it, but I definitely know Joan Allen.
Pretty sure she was in...
Was she Steve Allen's daughter?
Oh, I don't know that. I'm pretty sure she was in all the Bourne movies.
Okay.
She was the one that he would talk to.
Yeah, I'm not picturing her, but
okay.
I know I've seen all the Bourne movies.
But she's been around movies forever.
Okay.
And now here we are.
And she came back. She's old now.
25 years later, and I look dark hair, and
like
I'm
a grandma.
I'm looking at her. I'm like, I know that lady, and then it clicked on me. I go, that's the Bourne lady. Anyway,
I had that same.
That happens.
I had that same experience. Let me see which movie I was watching so I can get this.
She got an Academy Award nomination for one of these movies way back when. So,
Really?
Highly acclaimed.
Which movie?
She was in Pleasantville. She was in The Crucible. She's been nominated for Best Actress, Golden Globe, drama, leading role for a role in The Contender. You see The Contender? 2000. She was in that.
No, is that Wahlberg or
no? Nice try.
That was one of the fighting movies, though. No,
one of your favorite movies, The Notebook. She was the mom in.
I've never seen that. They say it's good though.
The Notebook.
Yeah, they say it's a good movie. They say it's worth it. Did you see it? I thought you and he said you saw it.
No, I ain't never seen it.
You never seen The Notebook? Yeah.
Wait.
It's like a chick flick, but I heard it was.
I think I've seen bits and pieces.
All right, this is the movie I just watched. It was actually decent. It was called Dead Money. It was just anyway about this dude and his girl on the run. But a guy in that movie, his name is Jackie Earl Haley. Do you know who that is?
Yes, Jackie Earl Haley. Had the big check in Will Ferrell's, and he also was the kid in the Bears.
That's it. It's the kid in Bad News Bears who disappeared. I was just thinking because he disappeared for 30 years. Then we saw him in Will Ferrell's movie, and now since then
he was in a really uncomfortable movie that I saw a couple years ago.
Yes, he disappeared for 15 years. He did another one between 93 and 08 when he came back to semi-pro. Before that, the last thing he had done was Maniac Cop, Badge of Silence. I mean, this is old, terrible stuff. But
I'm going to be honest.
But he's been in a lot lately.
Not a looker.
No. And he plays that part in everything that he's in. I've seen 3 or 4 of his movies. Again, I watch a lot of bad movies, Hick.
Mm-hmm.
I go for something I've never seen before, crazy plot stuff over the big star, mainstream. I end up seeing those too. But
and you get burned.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes
you get
I
burned.
don't. I felt my worst burning of all was butter. We'll be back with more next. Listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback.
I mean, how dare you?
It's the season of sandals and sundresses.
And the Players' Championship.
Listen for 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates. Shadowed by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Magnified.
And Kingfish Pest Control.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, Hicken here from Bow 9 Associates. You'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations after being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the entire world. Dr. Frank Bowden, frequently called upon, of course he is, for his expert opinion. Currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area. And note the name, the founder of Bowden Eye. Visit Bow 9 Associates today. Experience the difference. They're keeping the First Coast focused. That's Bowden Eye and Associates.
Are you thinking about a pool for your home? Blue Haven Pools is Jacksonville's largest pool builder. They've built pools for over 20,000 satisfied families since 2000. It's never been easier to design the perfect pool for your home, family, and budget. Call Blue Haven Pools today at 904-620-0090 to get a free in-home estimate for your in-ground pool, or visit bluehaven.com. Don't let another summer pass by without a pool. Join thousands of happy Jacksonville pool owners in a Blue Haven pool.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's exclusive 31-day spring event. Experience superior craftsmanship and timeless design with buy one, get one 40% off custom replacement windows and patio doors. Enjoy the ease of zero down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires March 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
With so many competitive pest services in town, you might wonder why Kingfish Pest Control's business is booming while similar companies seem to be struggling. It all comes down to service, affordability, and effectiveness. Kingfish Pest Control is a local family-owned company who delivers on their promises to effectively control pests like ants, spiders, roaches, termites, mosquitoes, and more. Your home is their priority, so call today and discover why your neighbors and your buddy Hayes Carline trust Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jaguars.
Looking for adventure? Need a machine that works as hard as you do? CF Moto has you covered. At Ride Now Beach Boulevard, we've got CF Moto ATVs and UTVs built for any task, any trail, anytime. Tear up the dirt with the trail-tested C-Force ATV lineup or conquer through terrain with a Z-Force UTV. Find your CF Moto ride today at Ride Now Beach Boulevard or visit ridenowbeachboulevard.com. ATVs and UTVs are for riders 16 and older. They can be hazardous to operate. CF Moto recommends an improved safety training course.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
Florida heat is no joke. Is your air conditioner ready for it? At Duck Duck Air Conditioning, we've got a crazy offer just for you. We're giving away free AC inspections to our wonderful customers who now call and schedule. One of our expert techs will come look at your AC unit and make recommendations to ensure it's running at peak performance. But you must act today. A deal this good won't last forever. Call 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Air Conditioning. DuckDuckAC.com. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Amelia Tucker, senior varsity track and field and soccer player at Wilson High. Amelia is involved with student government and is a member of the National Honor Society. Congratulations, Amelia.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards. And it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Well, you know me. I'm anything but an investigator, a detective, if you will.
Okay.
I told you about the alleged attack on the track.
You did.
We call it the attack on the track.
Attack on the track?
Though?
No, it's not alleged.
Documented, no? Short story, girls in a high school race, they're running the relay. One of the girls runs up behind the next and bops her over the head with her baton.
Hit her with the boomstick.
Alayla Everett says the video is just one big misunderstanding.
Oh, gosh.
She says it was an accident and wants people to think about her feelings.
Is there now? I haven't seen the video. Is there any way it can be construed as an accident?
No.
When we got
because sometimes they run and those arms flail. Yeah, no. She walked up, took aim. Because I haven't seen the video. I'm only going by you guys.
When we got to the curve, she kept bumping me in my arm, and when we got off the curve, I finally passed her, and that was when she hit me with the baton. Tucker said. Everett claims the camera angle made the strike look intentional, but claims her baton just got stuck.
Stuck where? In her hair?
You can come watch it.
Yeah, I got to see this. I don't put around no nonsense here.
Here we go. You can decide guilty or innocent here. Whack!
I mean, come on, man. She did act like she stopped to help her or something.
Oh, my God.
Let me see it again one more time from the beginning.
Here she is whipping around the end.
Are these two battling each other? That's what
Bam!
Then she started acting like she started throwing her arm like maybe it was an accident.
Yeah, it's she probably realized. But the first one, she whipped back and whacked her right upside the head. Watch her again here. Bam!
Yeah. It's just, I'm sorry. But I got to be honest with you, she might be taking the best path. Forever. Just say, I didn't do. I know it looks crazy. I know it looks. I'm telling you, my arm just. But yeah, that's. Yeah, we got issues there.
Just trying to get some closure on this incident for everyone.
Well, they needed it. It was pretty close. I think last time that we referenced it.
9:26. I don't have a corner in my pocket yet. I'm wondering what's going on here. Get Pacelli on the phone, E.
You're a little busy.
Get Pacelli on the phone, and let's get some.
I got to say, I gave a sample of the EVP podcast. It left a lot to be desired, big fella.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know you're listening. I mean, you're so much better here with us. We give the fans, some vital information. We don't bring you on and ask, how did Angie like the move that you just made? I mean, we know you love Angie. We know that, Tony. We socialize with you. If that's transparency, then sign me up for Cloudy. Because I didn't get anything out of that. I got less out of the EVP podcast episode 1 than I get out of like the first question when we have Tony on and ask him. So in the future, again, I'm not the broadcast department. I love everyone down there. These are good friends, Osh and Tony and all of them. But maybe in the future, if your team is just discarding talent left and right, we talk about that a little bit transparently. Just, I don't know, maybe just an offering of, maybe an opinion on Kirk and Ingram and, all those guys going. Maybe even if you have to control the narrative a little bit, I mean, maybe give us something somewhat new at this stage.
I need a signing.
Oh, my.
Is that rain?
It's coming down.
It's coming, man. I'm telling you.
Is that rain I hear?
That's rain you hear. Now, the good news is it's going to blow. It'll the golf week will be perfect, but this is a moon day now. I kid because I care.
Somebody's going to shoot 63 on Thursday.
I kid because I care with Tony because we just want him back. We miss you. We miss your Musk.
I want to take him to a seafood dinner.
That transparency there. That's not the EVP podcast is not anywhere. Don't sell me that as transparent like you were the coaching coaching interviews and such.
I tweeted out, why haven't the Jags done anything yet? And somebody said, it's strange. Once the GM was released, fired, the leak in the building seems to be patched up. They hate Balky, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's just so happy that Balky's not around.
Well, he did a terrible job. Yeah. I mean, he just did. And they, again, this is what we can use to denote Balky, and we don't have to go line by line. But at the end of the day, the ultimate failure as a GM is when you take a playoff roster in 2022 with a team on the ascend, and 2 years later, you have a much worse roster without high-priced talent you couldn't afford to keep.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if you flash and then everybody comes after your guys and you can only do so much to keep the ship together. No, you had in 2022, we won those games. We won a playoff game. We gave the Chiefs all they wanted, and you made us worse the next 2 years. That's just unacceptable, unfathomable. So there's with good reason they don't dislike him. He let everyone down, and so did Peterson, who's just as bad, by the way. It was just as bad as Balky's, not worse.
Who was at the API yesterday who had another good tournament and has been playing really good golf like over the last, 6 weeks or so. Like every time you look at him, he's in the top 10.
Okay.
Mr. Golf Guy.
Yeah. Let me look at the
last 5 starts.
And I'll tell you exactly who it is.
T2, T13, T13, T6, and what he did yesterday.
Okay. Sepp Straka.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
He's played well. But he had a couple where I know because I had him, he tanked.
Okay. What did you say his number? His
T2, T13, T13, T6, and yesterday.
Keegan Bradley, maybe?
Nope.
He's been playing pretty decent.
29 on the front yesterday.
Yeah. Jason Day?
Michael Kim.
Yeah, I thought him. Isn't he the social media star?
Michael Kim.
Is Michael Kim the one that's so active on X?
I think he is.
Yeah, right. And it was more a few years ago. It was maybe during the pandemic more, during the live stuff. He had a lot of comments. It feels like good. You're gonna saddle him up for the players.
Players, I usually got to go with a big name.
Don't we do 3 picks when we do the picks this week? I feel like players, we always add an extra pick.
There'll be some controversy there.
Well, we've all, here's the funny part again, and this is where the audience starts to worry about us and mush brain. We 100% do 3 players for TPC week every year. We've been doing that for years.
I don't believe so.
I know you don't. ET, can you get last year's Can you somewhere
No.
find the graphic
He
for
just say
last year's
no.
players picks?
I'm
So
trying
that
to find that.
Say I
so that I
can't.
can prove that we on Players Week every year we always do 3 picks. And here's what's going to happen: Stewie's going to say no, we don't, and he's going to say I don't remember, and Hick can say we're never going to.
I really don't remember.
I know none of y'all remember, and yet I can't remember the most important things. Yet this one I'm absolutely sure on. We've been doing 3 picks for TPC for years. We may have even some years put like a qualifier on it, like the third had to be an international, like one of them had to be international or something. We've done that even through the years.
I saw that, and this is a little bit odd, but I saw that Mike Tomlin has been nominated for our Nobel Peace Prize.
That's silly.
Yeah. You don't think so? He should deserve it.
Is this a joke?
Huh?
This is a joke, right?
Well-
Here he comes. This is a dad joke coming. Never mind. I take back that's silly because this is going to be, silliness.
He believed it.
Yeah. No, I didn't know what you're saying.
He believed it.
That's not fair. When you take it in, say really, and like within a half a second, say what? No way. That's not believing it. Yeah.
Tomlin,
you gotta let me process this thing here, friend.
As we realize that Mike Tomlin, besides George Pickens, and now adding DK Metcalf, and we mentioned Antonio Brown. Let's not forget Martavis Bryant and Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool as well.
Yeah. Claypool
my
wasn't
God.
that level, I don't think. But yeah, no, he's had to do an unreal job of managing those guys.
That's pretty impressive, man. It's a lot of dudes. So
yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
We wait on what the Jaguars might do. We're going to get our first real influx of talent. It's got to come, Dan. They've opened up all this room. They've got to have their targets here that they need to go get.
Oh, yeah.
Because here's what happens. If you don't sign guys in the next couple of days, you're on to the B group. You're there. Like by Wednesday morning show, all the big, attractive, targeted names are going to be gone.
It's go time.
Again, with that will come the ones where you say, well, they overpaid for him. It's probably time, and we can't do it right now, Dan. I'd like to really look back over like this free agency is fool's gold narrative.
Mm-hmm.
I'm betting that we overstate that, and I'm betting that most of the free agents that you target and sign, not maybe the Jags, but others, they do bring the impact that you wanted or needed from them.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it happens a lot more than we dismiss here because every free agent we sign ends up being just what you said, fool's gold. I mean, Calais Campbell, Foye Oluokun, I guess Kirk and Ingram to a degree. I mean, just our free agents are never anything special.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have no home runs in free agency and never draft a Pro Bowl offensive lineman, and you're lucky to be 9-8.
Okay.
I mean, and that's where we are. Hopefully, this new vision. I'm curious. This whole Cooper Kupp, Rams tie. Yet where you come from, they've just determined Cooper Kupp's not good enough and have quote upgraded to Devontae Adams. It's not gonna scream cutting edge, aggressive new mentality if we somehow end up with a 32-year-old injury-saddled veteran receiver. It feels like you're the Panthers and everyone's making moves and you're getting Adam Thielen. Good player, solid, but, you know, is that what we need, where we're going?
All right, we'll take a break. We'll make the turn for home next right here on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, there are 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and Jags football.
To the 5, into the end zone, touchdown!
Jaguar football lives here. 1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Tired of spending all day looking for a new truck? Then stop. At Garber Auto Mall, you can see every new American-made truck side by side. Chevy, GMC, Buick, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Visit us at GarberAutomall.com or in Green Cove Springs. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Want to bet on sports but no clue where to start? Millions of players are already making moves on Hard Rock Bet. Your friends might be winning. Why not you? Bet with confidence. Bets by real players help guide your picks. Go with the crowd and cash in on the wins. Any pick that catches your eye. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Win your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable in bonus bet up to $100. Not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Oh, tracking the economy, checking out the market, keeping your eye on rates. It's all too much when it comes to selling your home. You need someone you can count on to do all that for you, and that someone, those someones, are Chad and Sandy at chadandsandy.com. You can also call them at 414-6200. But interest rates and economic uncertainty, things can get better real quick, and whether they're whichever direction they're trending, Chad and Sandy will take you where you need to get. You see, it all boils down to this bottom line promise with Chad and Sandy. They guarantee your home sold at an agreed upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jonathan in Mount Pleasant said the only thing standing between me and my dream of traveling in my RV was the sale of my Mount Pleasant home. I heard Chad and Sandy on the radio and called. Crazy results in just 3 days. I received multiple offers for full asking price. Call the local Jacksonville experts that we recommend and trust. Call Chad and Sandy today, 414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's chadandsandy.com.
The Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beachurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beachurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beachurst Plumbing, here to help.
My name is Joanne. I'm 75 years old, and I have lost 35 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. I was pre-diabetic. I was ready to go on cholesterol medication. My blood pressure was up even on medication. Now I have no need for cholesterol medication. My blood sugar is fine, and I actually am cutting down on my blood pressure medicine. I have knee replacements and hip replacements, and I had difficulty walking, and now I can walk without any problem. I feel lighter. I feel more energetic. It is a lifestyle that will help you to lose weight without medication.
Thanks, Joanne. Matt Hayes here. Stories like Joanne's are the reason I continue to share the Awaken 180 message. The results speak for themselves, and I'm confident you'll have the same success if you let them show you how. Do what Joanne did, what I did, and what over 24,000 others have done, and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 10, 1963, NBA legend San Francisco Warriors center Wilt Chamberlain scores 70 points in the Warriors' win over the Syracuse Nationals.
Denny Thompson here. You got to check out Tyson's showroom home theater with surround sound and comfy theater chairs. You can transform your living room into a cinematic experience. I can stay there to watch all my games. It's that comfortable. Call Tyson today and bring the theater experience home. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Here's Linda Beaver.
It's a new year with new goals, but let's face it, not all resolutions are easy to keep. Maybe you promised yourself you'd eat healthier, but pizza still seems like a better idea. Or you said you'd read more, but your favorite show just launched a new season. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, we can help you keep your New Year's resolution. We offer the biggest selection, best prices, and the easiest car buying experience. Let's make a resolution to visit Beaver Toyota or Beaver Chevrolet, where we'll wow you with a new ride for the new year.
Hey, this is Coach Jason Gibson of your Jacksonville Sharks. I know the importance of a strong game plan, and that's exactly what I've got with Clay Solar Installation Partners. They did the install of the solar panels at my house, and I couldn't be happier. Lower energy bills, clean power, and a winning team that made the whole process easy. If you're looking to save money and go solar, trust the pros at Clay Solar. Call Karen at Clay Solar today and tell them that Coach Gibson sent you.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, this is, look.
I can't cool down. I'm hot. I need a player.
Red hot.
Where's a player, Tony?
It's coming. FOMO.
Where's Javon Holland?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Leak it.
If you're doing your job, then you should be tampering already, and the pre-tampering tamper.
I need a pre-tampering tamper store.
Announcement should be coming out. I'm going to have a little fun here on the cool down before we start free agency, and obviously we've got all eyes on the Jags. Last year, 4-13. Got to get back to respectability. Hopefully, contention quick. Is there enough there? We'll find out. But what you add here over these next couple of months will go a long way towards that. But every year we wait until the season starts to find a team that wasn't in the postseason last year that will be this year, right? Half the league turns over. What an important free agency period this is. There's a team. And maybe I'm on my island here, but there's like one unfulfilled, maybe most dangerous team in the AFC. And I just keep waiting on them to get it right. It's like they're always one thing wrong. Either the defense stinks or the O-line that stinks. But the Bengals. Bengals and what they do in free agency and how they repair, some of those. They won their last, right? They started terrible. They won their last 5. It's like too little too late at 9-8. But if there's a team that didn't even make the playoffs that feels like they could be a Super Bowl contender, it would be Cincinnati. So just a team to watch in free agency.
Yeah, they screw up though. They
do.
Because they wait too long to sign their guys. Now they got to pay more.
Yeah.
Once Myles Garrett. Now, what do you think Trey Hendrickson wants?
Well, and it's also very. It's a
Jamar Chase. What do you think? I mean,
Well, no, it's a dumb plan. It's just way out of sight. You have to understand. You can't have 2 number 1 receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You can't. Well. Maybe the Eagles just called and said, well, you can try. Yeah. They paid 2 of them a lot, but it's hard. I don't know how you can do it and keep the other pieces you need.
Looks like Daniel Jones will choose between the Colts or the Vikings.
Here, if you're a Jag fan, let's hope it's the Colts.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't mind facing Daniel Jones a couple times every year, but it's funny. We talked in the break about Daniel Jones. He's probably talked down a little too much.
Yeah.
Certain guys get talked up a little too much. He's probably talked down a little too much. No one's saying he's great, but he's at least like Bortles good. He can give you a run. What are you guys doing to put the final touches? Are we trending or
no? We're doing New York City headlines.
Oh gosh, after a weekend, I get a little scared.
Oh yeah, it's
who knows what might be coming.
Brought to you by our friend Dr. Rick Townsend, mypvconcierge.com.
Proud to sponsor it.
Loves it. Crank it up, E.
I've lost sponsors because of New York City headlines.
Yeah.
Yours are embracing it. I like that.
New flame. Dem senator caught cuddling on date in D.C. with progressive media publisher amid separation from his wife.
Oh, at least the word separation appeared. You never know these days. I mean, at least we're separated, not probably officially enough.
This is always comforting. President Trump warns monster nukes could end the world tomorrow.
Well, that's probably not what we all need to hear today. It's not great bedside manner.
Plus, it's raining.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Yeah.
MLB owner facing pressure from commish, other owners to sell team after new stadium snag.
Which one?
I think it's Tampa. I only read them.
Tampa, sell it.
Missing Pitt student's family still fears a crime and that she may have been kidnapped. She was down where I was in Punta Cana.
Yeah, I don't think you go missing without there a crime being committed.
They're saying she maybe drowned.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's just that's a crime against humanity. Hopefully that's not. Is she down there by herself? Is there no one
down there with,
confirm?
Yeah.
I mean, she goes swimming off by herself or some ne'er-do-well take her off? That's what
Tennessee sex romp cop lands a surprising new gig. Report.
Is it on OnlyFans? Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one made good use of her police utensils.
Ride or Die, DYE. George Clooney debuts new look while out to lunch with wife Amal.
Yeah, what George Clooney's new look appeals to me like 0.0.
Body of Georgia teacher found in lake 1 month after disappearing with his fiancée.
Oh dear.
These are the ones that were kayaking, I believe.
Oh dear.
And they found one and not the other, and they kind of suspected he had been up to something.
Ruffling feathers, Eagles bachelorette party adds to Cowboys quarterback's NFL misery.
Oh, I saw that. That was funny.
I had no idea what that means. I can't
Tell him
ask
what it means,
yeah.
E-A-G-L-E-S,
that.
Eagles.
And Dak's down there on vacation.
Yeah.
Whatever. Court chaos. High school hoops playoff game ends with ugly fight. This is getting really bad.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That brawl was nasty.
This is as old as time, by the way. That's not a social media thing. We got in a big brawl my senior year in a basketball game.
Wisconsin 4-year-old gets frosty surprise after calling cops on mom for eating his ice cream.
Gave him a couple of spotted cows and said, "Relax, kid."
Conan O'Brien reveals Tina Fey's furious reaction to her husband being put in humiliating sketch.
Yeah, that's rich, man. If you're an SNL writer and you ever say anything about putting someone in a humiliating sketch, it might be time to rethink it.
Russians caught after sneaking through 9-mile gas pipeline to ambush Ukraine troops.
They're always sneaky, those Russians. Those sneaky Russians.
Safety first, Bianca Sensori strips down to bra and thong and protective pads in racy roller skating look.
I don't know who Bianca,
That's
Kanye's wife.
That's Yates.
Okay.
That's Yeezy's wife.
Good for him.
My wife won't get skinny for me.
Who said that?
The headline.
Yeah, somebody about to be divorced said that. Yeah, you know how she responded? My husband won't get handsome for me.
Branching
We
out.
all got our own, E.
Branching out, this is the Rockefeller Christmas tree surprising fate after it leaves New York City. Just wow.
What is surprising about any fate for a dead tree? What is going to shock me about, what would shock me if they replanted it and it grew 100 feet in the air? I would say, wow. But anything else they do with said tree after it's already been chopped down and put on display, just not going to move my needle.
Just a bonus one for you.
Of course.
Gross discovery. Shower loofah turns out to be something much more horrifying.
Loofah.
Good Lord. You can't. How do you mistake that for a loofah? Seriously. You can't mistake that for a loofah. I mean, the only thing that's gross that I could guess would be something that if you're mistaking that for a loofah, then we got to get out more.
And you will enjoy this one. Out and about, swimsuit-clad Giselle Bündchen spotted for first time since welcoming baby with boyfriend Joaquin Valente.
Boyfriend. Is it boyfriend or boy toy? E? What's just the official designation?
Bündchen had a baby.
Yeah, but Hicken tried to tell me they weren't canoodling around while Tom Brady was still
Right?
Mr. Bündchen.
He did.
Come on, man.
Oh, no.
Come on. I saw Tom, by the way. To moving on, is back to old Bradley Cooper's second servings.
Oh, is
What's
he?
her name?
Koopaloop?
What was her name, E? The one that Bradley Cooper broke up with because we were all sure he was going to marry
Look at
Lady
you.
Gaga. Remember? Star is Born. He left his girlfriend. What's her name?
I don't know.
What is her name? No, before her, the one that was
Arena
Shike.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're apparently her and Tom maybe
rekindling.
Maybe you watch your ex.
They just be recycling the same ones.
Yeah, but here's the deal: when every time you see your ex-wife and the new son, you're reminded about how she was running around sleeping on you the whole time. It probably makes you want to get back with someone. Of course, this is my timeline. I don't know if there's any accuracy to all this, but it just seems a little naive to think Giselle wasn't fishing the community pond a little bit.
Well, I'm officially disappointed as we get out of here.
Nothing happened today.
Got nothing.
Dan, it's Tampa. You're not allowed to
I don't
announce
give
anything.
a damn tamper.
They probably are.
Now, the 2-minute
EVP
drill.
podcast.
Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
Jax today gets all the fun.
EV podcast.
They'll get something breaking today. They'll get to talk about the new center.
It's not going to happen until noon, man.
Yeah.
We don't get crap.
It's not going to happen until noon.
We're in here
We
digging
should've-
and digging and digging.
We should have switched. We should have switched shows today.
We dig, and then they swim in the pool.
I'm
It's not
doing
fair.
4. I'm coming in at 4 today. When all the stuff will be out there, Tony.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how the whole process works every time, right? Like, it's not like any of the Jaguars breaking news generally happens before noon with any of this stuff. Heck, this whole offseason has been 10 o'clock at night when any of the news has been breaking. So
EVP could have told us we're going to sign so-and-so, and we could have had that.
The EV podcast.
He once told me that they signed Bryce Pop before they signed Bryce
back
Pop.
when he was a player and loose lips, he didn't care about the shit.
He didn't care then. Now he won't tell me anything.
Nah, he'll be incredibly paranoid the whole time that if you or I ever break something, that will have come from him. So our goal right now should be break these really good stories and put the pressure on him. They'll all think it's him, and it's not.
What are you doing today, Tone?
Is that a plan?
we're we're trying to predict what exactly is going to happen at noon for this football team. Our question of the day, just asking what should the first phone call be from the Jaguars to whom?
Okay.
When the legal tampering period opens up at noon today, so we'll discuss that. Greg Rosenthal's supposed to join us on the program today as well. We'll react to everything, obviously, that's been happening with the what a weekend. In the NFL. The Jags didn't have a whole lot going on, but the rest of the league was very, very busy.
Well, I got to leave because I've got something that says outdated PCs put your computer at risk.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's what I'm leaving you with. That's what I'm leaving you with, Tone. Reboot, buddy. Reboot.
Hick, I have a... I got one last attaboy before we get going today. As I was going through my Colin Morikawa rant. JK69 with a real quick text to me. Stop it. All right, Clowky. I hear you, brother. All
right, well, have a great show, Tone.
Thank you.
Mike and Tony, Jaguars today. They'll break all the signings from 10
and
to
you guys don't worry about the clock for the 48th clock-changing session in a row. I took care of it this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Spring ahead.
It's a small thing.
It's been done.
All right, do it for the Monday morning quarterback. As always, we boom at you from the divorcemenonly.com studios. Have a great rest of the Monday, and we'll just wait on that tampering. Jaguars today's next.
Hey, I'm Joey Logano.
Joey Logano, he's already built a Hall of Fame career. Today, he etches his name in stone. Logano is a two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion.
And you're listening to 1010XL Jack Sports Radio.
Is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Hicken here for Surfside Pools. Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, they have the home field advantage. Family owned and operated, offering weekly pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools make your backyard dreams a reality. Are you ready to float happy? Visit SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, your hometown MVP.
License number CPC 044080.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnik Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of